McGuire is still lying.
I'm not lying.
McGuire is still lying.
Not lying.
He's lying a little bit.
Lying.
Actually, he's lying a lot. McGuire's lying. Conan O'Brien's not happy. Anthony hates Fireman Ed.
Well, I'm just not a fan. I don't have a hatred for him. It's just that when I see him, it's all right. Well, it's fucking not about you.
Well, we're getting excited for the big playoff game this Sunday against the Chargers.
I reckon.
Oh, the American Idol. That's a crazy show.
Oh, the big debut was last night, huh?
You get to see all those wacky kids that suck. Yeah. Did you watch American Idol?
No, there was another show that was debuting. Two shows, actually. New shows that were debuting that I felt compelled to watch and record.
Yeah.
One was that Teen Mom show on MTV.
Nice, very good.
I want to see those disasters. And what's the other one? That Little Miss Perfect.
Oh, that's right.
It was
that was on last night.
A brand new Little Miss Perfect. And holy shit. Just parents, mothers actually, crazier than ever. Mm-hmm. Just crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's the same shit, though, isn't it? Dress your little girl up like a whore.
Dress the girl up like a whore.
Make her shake her ass.
Obese mother, overbearing.
Right, and then the kid wins some kind of trophy, and the mom feels better about her awful life.
And the flaming homosexual sings a song. I was a little upset he changed the words.
To what?
He just changed a few of the words around. I was like, what the fuck happened to citrus-colored rainbows?
Oh, you know all the words of the song?
I knew a couple of the words. See, there's certain things I do that upset, you know how Jimmy does things that really get his girlfriend upset?
Sure.
And stuff like that. I will do things that will embarrass, like where a girl can't even look at me because it's so embarrassing. So I imitate some of the moves and faces that the girls make on Little Miss Perfect.
Do you have a little tutu for this?
No, I just make the face like when they go like this, like I'll be like, oh my God, I'm looking for something. And she'll go like, what? And I'll go, I don't know, but I gotta find it. And I'll put my hand over my eyes and go, like purse my lips and look around while my head's bobbing. And it's like, or I'll do they do the Macaulay Culkin a lot.
What is the Macaulay? Oh, with the hands,
like,
sure.
And they open their mouth. Oh, they do that.
You know why they're opening their mouths, right?
Yes.
Right?
They're learning. They're learning.
Just a horrific show. I think everything should be legal. I think everything should be on TV, but that one's a little rough.
That
one's close to being rough.
One of the worst parental guidance shows I've ever seen. Just
what not to do with your daughter.
Yeah. You're really lining them up to be whores or just out of touch with reality.
Yeah, you're definitely teaching them to be little whores, and then there's also creeps out there that are really enjoying the fact that your little thing looks like an adult.
It's time for WowWare, and then they have to do the WowWare thing, which is where they gotta. That's where the girls really shine. This guy is so over the top gay. And he's like, it's about the hair, the makeup, the dresses, and then just wowing the judges. And he trains some of them. He's like one of their personal trainers.
Yeah.
And he goes, and do it like this, and one, and two, and one. And now the hands, And I'm sitting there going, this guy is you just burst into flames.
But you can't get enough of this show.
I can't.
I gotta start watching again.
It's horrid.
I've watched a couple here and there, but yeah. And the WowWare is basically, here's my daughter, and she's going to show you her little ass.
All just just tarted up completely. But it is entertaining to watch because the parents are abominable to these kids.
Does the Parent Television, what is it called? Parent Television
Council, the PTC?
The PTC, do they have a problem with this show?
I don't know. I would gather.
They must, right?
They should. I mean, if they don't, they had some little kid on last night that obviously her teeth are all fucked up.
Right.
You know, because kids' teeth fall out. And then they have this thing called a flipper that they throw in their mouths, and it's like a little, almost like dentures, but they're very thin, and they're supposed to contour to the teeth. This kid smiled, and I just started cracking up. It looked so like fake, like it looked like worse than Voss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, giant teeth. Is that him singing his song? I hate his song. I hate it. He's the worst. Citrus colored rainbows. And then also with television, I gotta smash Cablevision. I don't know, sponsor, whatever. Could you fix your fucking problems? How many times do I tune into a show and it's like, and we'll be right back.
The digital skipping or whatever?
Digital skipping, the picture freezing, and then coming back in giant pixels and then fixing itself.
Well, I got a different cable outlet than you. It happens as well. I was watching the Islanders the other night on HD.
Yeah.
And it was like kind of freezing up and stuff.
What's the fucking problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Fix that.
Hi, who's this?
Yeah, it's me. It's Chip. It sounds to me like you need to clean the wax eddy reeds or something. Yesterday I heard that Bob Kelly was there. Where is he today? Gone fishing or something? I heard he didn't catch nothing but a bunch of mosquitoes. They're laughing their balls off.
Yeah, Chip.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, where's the guy from the Star Trek? Is he there today?
Oh, William Shatner was in yesterday. We had a fine interview with him.
I was going to call up and go, hey, why don't you beam me up something, Scotty? Guy's getting all this space. He should just stay here for a while. I don't know. I think they hung up on something. They must have got disconnected or something.
Let's see. Chips. There he goes. What happened? He hung up. Chip sucks shit tube. Chip blows. Oh, look at that. I love Chip. Oh, can't stand Chip. Hate Chip.
Anyway.
I guess Chip will be here soon.
Yes, Chip will be back from L.A.
Chip sounded like he was in a vehicle.
I wonder if Chip tries that on Jay Leno's show. And if Jay enjoys it as well. John G. from Lexington. Fireman Ed, Anthony, who you hate, is in the NFL Hall of Fame.
For what?
For being the guy.
A fan? With a fireman hat?
He's an Uber fan.
I understand.
He is probably more famous than most of the Jets.
Yeah, most people would know him.
And this one guy could calm the whole fucking stadium down.
Really?
They all pay attention to Ed. And if you don't pay attention to Ed...
You get beer thrown at you?
Oh, they pretty much beat you up and throw you out of the stadium.
Pelt you?
Yeah.
How did he do this?
Huh?
Like, how does a guy just stand up and start doing shit without people going, sit down, you asshole, and build it up into this, what he's built it up into?
I don't know. I mean, we've done this bit, really. I mean, every sports team has the one fan that goes there with the face paint or the big hat or the afro wig or whatever their gig is.
Yeah.
And then they try to become the guy. And a lot of them fail miserably, but every once in a while you get someone like Fireman Ed that raises to the top.
But how? Because there's got to be a point where people just go, could you shut the fuck up, asshole? Mm-hmm. And you just don't.
No.
So apparently you keep doing it, regardless of how many people tell you, sit down, asshole, I'm trying to watch the game.
Fireman Ed probably was that obnoxious guy that you had to sit next to, and you're like, oh, fuck, who's this asshole?
So you break that barrier.
And then you fast forward about 10 years, and he's the guy that completely quiets the stadium.
Famous and can, control 50,000 people.
50, 70.
70,000
70,
people.
80,000 people, so.
Amazing.
All right, wait, I'm trying to get back on track of that shit fucking thing.
Amazing.
The late night wars. Are you following this, Anthony?
Oh, Opie, horrible. The death toll now climbing to what? In this late night war.
Well, the death toll definitely took out Conan.
Yeah, I think Conan is Dunsky. He is saying,
Conan's saying,
fuck you for this later time slot.
I think a lot of people read the Conan O'Brien statement yesterday, and it basically says, fuck you, NBC. You don't have to read it.
No.
It's long.
Yeah.
And he talks about, it could have been a Bob Costas moment, how he had a dream
I had a dream.
one day of hosting the Tonight Show, and that dream came true, and blah, 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 blah.
And the dream came true.
Right off Main Street. Yeah, but he basically said, yeah, I'm not doing that 12:05 shit.
No, he said the Tonight Show is 11:30. Because you put it on later, it's not the Tonight Show, and he's not going to do it. And that's that.
But Conan's saying that because there's got obviously a clause in his contract that he doesn't have to do, the show any later than 11:35.
Oh.
And at that point, he gets to negotiate an out with NBC.
Yeah, they're going to pay him or something.
And they don't want to pay him the whole nut because it's a lot of money. So now Conan goes, all right, well, you pay me some of the money, but waive that damn no-compete. Because that's what happens in radio and TV.
Yeah.
You leave one company, they say, well, you can't work for anyone else for whatever. It could be 6 months, could be a year, could be the length of his contract.
Yep.
So now he's basically probably going to say, all right, you waive the no-compete. I'll give you a break on the money you owe me, and then he's going to show up at Fox. It's obvious he's going to Fox, right?
Oh, yeah.
But he's saying there's no deal. There's no deal in writing.
Yeah, but, I mean, obviously he's a commodity. Somebody's going to want him for a late night. They put that stupid George Lopez on TBS. Is anybody watching that?
Is that still on?
Is anybody watching that?
I think we're the wrong skin tone.
Yeah.
Isn't he kind of going for like the
Hispanic audience?
I think he's going
ethnic.
I think he's going for the ethnic audience.
Ethnic? Yeah.
I haven't even taken a peek.
No, I have no interest.
We got Letterman's monologue. Letterman's monologue last night was awesome. Did you hear it?
No,
or watch it?
He's acknowledging.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's calling Jay Leno big jaw Jay or big jaw Leno or something like that. Listen to this.
Things are getting interesting in late-night television. You know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, in late-night television? Chaos and craziness and mayhem.
Wow.
A couple of minutes ago, Conan O'Brien, who was the host of the Tonight Show over there at NBC, announced that he would not follow Jay Leno at 12:05. Yeah. So, you know what this means? That's right, I knocked off another competitor. Thank you. Conan said he made the decision not to follow Leno at 12:05 after he talked to Johnny Carson.
That's what I thought. I would want.
But listen to this. If Conan does leave the Tonight Show, President Obama then has to appoint a replacement. Did you know that? Oh, my God. And then I got a call just before I came out here from NBC, and they said, look, we still don't want you back. Really? What? I said... And now, so Jay Leno apparently is moving back to 11:30, and it's been hard on my mom. It's been tough on my mom.
Really?
Because for the last 6 months, she's been forced to watch me.
Poor thing.
And now, according to the New York Times, Al-Qaeda is claiming responsibility for the wreckage at NBC. Crazy.
Claiming responsibility.
And everyone is watching the late night shows right now.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah, this is great for all of them.
Absolutely.
Apparently, but how many are going to be there to reap the rewards of the ratings?
Yeah, I guess Jimmy Kimmel did his monologue and Jay Leno makeup last night or something. So
Really?
he's getting everyone is just getting involved with this.
Christ.
Want to hear what Leno had to say? It's short.
Sure.
This was from last night. Leno talking about the situation, the guy that wins in the end on this one, huh?
Yeah.
Sure, you know, NBC announced they're pulling the plug on our show February 12th, Kev. February 12th. Listen to this. Here's the amazing part. That is the exact date the Mayan calendar predicted we would go on to. Really? Wow. I got to tell you, the folks here at NBC, they don't handle these things well. They don't have a lot of tact. Like after they canceled the show, they told me if I put on 10 pounds, I can get on Biggest Loser. That didn't seem right.
And you didn't do that?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Jesus.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. It's amazing.
NBC?
The executives, yeah.
Well, we've been in that situation, haven't we, Ant?
Yeah, they come up with their brilliant ideas.
And then they fail miserably, and then they don't fire themselves. They fire everybody around them.
No management heads roll.
Ever.
They just, get rid of this one, get rid of that, put this one in this time slot, and then hope for the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it was someone's idea to do this. It was someone's idea to take the #1 late night show, take the host, and move them.
Right.
And put someone else in there.
Right.
And didn't work. And why does that guy still have a job?
Yeah, and they only gave him 7 months.
Yeah.
They only gave Conan O'Brien 7 months. I mean, there's not much of a buzz on his version of The Tonight Show, but the fact remains he only had 7 months. But I guess in media these days, you have to get the job done immediately or they start panicking behind the scenes.
Yep.
So let's get to Conan. Conan's gaining a lot of fans for this thing.
Yeah.
He's gaining a lot of sympathy through this whole...
He's the underdog of the whole thing?
At this point, yeah. I think a lot of people are on Team Conan. And this is what he had to say last night.
Please, I may not have that much time. Please. You're using valuable time here. Yeah, and he's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. They took him away. Yes, we took him away. Thank you for that. Hello there. My name is Conan O'Brien, and I may soon be available for children's parties. So let me know. I made a peacock. Yeah. No, seriously, welcome to NBC, where our new slogan is no longer just screwing up prime time, huh? It's a crazy day. Crazy day. I've been giving this whole situation. It really has been crazy here, Andy.
It's been the most fun I've ever had in a showbiz scandal.
Wow. Yeah, it's fun. And I've been giving this situation a lot of thought. This is a true story. When I was a little boy, I remember watching The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and thinking, someday I'm going to host that show for 7 months. I knew that was the perfect amount of time. What was going on? NBC says that they are planning to have the late night situation worked out before the Winter Olympics start. That's what they said, yeah. And trust me, when NBC says something, you can take that to the bank. Yeah, they're good people. They're very good people. A lot going on in the world. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid is in the news. He's still under fire for remarks he made about President Obama's blackness. You reading about that? Yeah. Bad, yeah. Sources say Reid could face congressional censure, or even worse, be promised The Tonight Show at 11:30. That's not good. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. There is...
Here's the difference I hear today.
Damn.
Oh, some good lines right there. We've been playing the monologues off and on since this whole thing broke, right?
Yeah.
There's a different energy with Conan.
Oh, yeah.
He knows something that nobody else knows yet.
And that isn't that
he knows
natured network ribbing that
no.
You recall Letterman doing in the past. That is...
He's taking some good shots.
I am pissed at you.
Right.
That's Opie talking about serious management type of jabs.
What? Pleasantries, my friend. Pleasantries.
No, he had no pleasantries there.
No.
He's like, good people.
But you hear the energy? It's different.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to be okay, and I don't think from a money standpoint, I think he knows that he will have a show in the very near future with a company that will embrace him and want him and give him a chance to succeed. That's you could hear all that in that, because the monologue I think it was the day before, his energy was like, oh man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Getting fucked over, motherfucker.
You know what it is too? I think for the most part, and this usually doesn't happen, the public knows that the real bad guy in this are the executives at NBC. Like, they don't usually get that, and they pick one guy and go, oh, I guess Leno's an asshole, or, Conan, what a dick, he's not doing this, that. I think most people do understand that the network itself, the executives, fucked up royal.
Oh, yeah.
So, all the guys have a little bit of sympathy, and the viewers are tuning in, and it's like a whole nother thing. Yeah, Conan will be just fine.
Yeah, the executives, the nameless, faceless people. You don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about them, but you don't know who they are.
Who the fuck?
They know who they are.
Oh, they do.
Oh, fuck, Conan's really giving it to me today.
I bet there are some great closed-door meetings that just are, people getting yelled at. Mm-hmm. Oh, temper tantrums, phones being thrown at walls.
Sure.
Gold records being taken off the walls.
Just
linger longer.
Smashed over a secretary's head.
Yes, exactly.
John G. from Lexington writes,
Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is...
he writes, just not.
Oh.
It was Leno's contract. He was signed, and Conan was going to be owed $50 million if he didn't get The Tonight Show. So they were in a huge bind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this comes down to all sorts of contracts.
Someone wrote the fucking contract.
I think the executives got very greedy.
Yeah.
Is what happened. They signed Conan, and then what? They tell him if we don't give you The Tonight Show by a certain date, then there's a payout or something.
Yeah.
And then they just expected, I guess, Leno to fade away at that point, but Leno's ratings were still hot, and he was number one.
Yeah.
So now they're like, oh, fuck, now what do we do?
Well, that's a fuck up.
Yeah.
That's a fuck up.
It's still fuck ups in the end.
Ugh. Please.
So we got that going on, which is nice.
Yeah. I got a nice little mention yesterday.
You and Jill, I'm telling you, it's not over.
I don't know what's happening. I
think she's into that whole breakup sex thing that I suggested to you.
Look.
Because why is she still talking about it on her little program?
I don't know. And this is before, I thought this was somehow after William Shatner was on and did a little interview with me there.
Right.
Shatner interviewed me a little bit, like he does on his talk show.
His Raw Nerve show.
Yeah, Raw Nerve.
On the Bio channel, yeah.
We were talking about the relationship and, the girl hidden in the closet and that whole spiel. But apparently, she had talked about this at 6:15 in the morning. Out of nowhere.
Before you talked about it with Shatner.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's an interest there.
And I don't know what it is, but we have the audio of her, the traffic girl here in New York, out with her first summer. And, of course, as you all recall, there was a little problem with a girl in a closet being hidden there. And, she acknowledged it on her little broadcast yesterday morning.
Yeah, here it is.
A lot more skeletons coming out of the closet.
Keeps us in business, I suppose.
I suppose
Should we check out the roads?
Let's do it. We've got our Jill Nicolini. She's got a look at your commuter cast this morning. What's going on, Jill?
Oh, I got no skeletons in my closet.
Yeah, right.
I may have found some people in the closet, but I have no skeletons. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Sukanit. Appreciate that.
Look at how happy she is to say that.
I know.
Well, she does the traffic a little bit. We'll let it play, but and then she goes back to it in a second here.
The traffic, though, eastbound, we are seeing pretty good conditions here. Let's move on over to the Gowanus for a live picture.
Got her holiday sweater looking thing on.
Inbound traffic looking okay here, but up towards the Prospect.
Yeah, I don't know where this came from. Just came out of the blue, I guess.
Avenue. Let's make our way over to Capitol Plaza.
Talked about a little more.
One more shot at you.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Now to Atlantic Avenue.
One more shot at you.
Outside, though, still looks much, much better. 59th Street Bridge, well, we'll take a live picture and you can see for yourself.
I just thought it was odd that it,
I don't want to do that.
Came out of nowhere.
Looking good here, actually, both directions, both decks. That's a beautiful shot. We need to keep that one up more often. All right, they're wrapping me. Transit on time, alternate sides in effect, all the above. You know it. Let's head over to Lena Church for a look at the forecast.
Jill, for real, in the closet?
Oh, yeah, the guy that I was dating, remember he was cheating on me?
So
and I caught her in the closet. Isn't that cool? Everyone remembers that.
Cliche. I just think that's hysterical.
Hey, life happens.
You know what? It sure does, Jill. 29 degrees outside.
You know what? It sure does, Jill.
Like being all motherly.
That
Linda Church being motherly.
That's great. Someone Twittered that, and I popped it up, and I was just laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, what the hell is that about?
Let's say hi to Justin in New York. Justin.
What's going on, boys?
Hey, man.
I think Joe's still into you, Anthony, man. I think you're the only one that treated her like shit. She did all these
Jesus.
Girls do like to be treated like shit.
Is that
not all of them, but
is that the case? Like, the guy that wouldn't be the doting kind of.
Well, she's
up on a pedestal, put you up on a pedestal kind of thing.
She's the one that controls relationships, but in this case, she couldn't control you. Oh yeah,
yeah. I guess
so she knows you got the upper hand, so she wants one more shot at you to really
tear me up.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Anthony, man.
Yeah.
For Jimmy's sake, you're probably the only one that deep dicked the living hell out of her. Have a good day.
Well, I have no idea if that's the case.
She was having fun with that. Yeah. I think that was a little secret message.
She was laughing. Yeah, we'll see what you got. We'll see.
Write her right now.
I don't know how.
You don't have her email address? Her phone number? Text her. Just go, hey, we just played your audio on the show. And just go,
play the. She knows we play the audio.
No, I know, but
someone will tell her.
No, you should tell her.
There's a bunch of busybodies in between.
You should tell her.
Yeah?
Yeah, direct contact right now.
What should I text? Should I text, be like, what? Saw your broadcast. Oh,
wow.
All right.
That's an old school picture of Jill, huh?
Nice picture you just popped up there. That's why is there a docking shot? It's a docking picture.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
I thought that was a still from Avatar. They're doing some of that docking in Avatar, aren't they?
Docking?
Aren't they, kids? I know what they're getting at with that.
Look at Laszlo.
Connecting of the tails in Avatar.
A little
text.
Oh, look at there.
She's spreading to show you that she cleaned her hiney.
You don't know. Just looking at a few pictures. It's, so what should I text?
Just like LOL, which is hack, I know, or
LOL,
or a little haha. Saw you talking about the incident, and then just write something like, "Oops, sorry." Thinking of you.
I shouldn't put sorry.
No, of course
thinking
not.
of you.
Of course
I should just go like,
I'm just fucking with you.
All right, saw LOL. Saw your broadcast yesterday. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, she would appreciate pretty funny.
And this, because that might be sarcastic. Not even kidding.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. Should I do like hope all is well?
Yeah, that's good.
Like that's like a good natured kind of.
And then a P.S. What do you do in Valentine's Day?
No, I will not.
P.S. What do you think?
No.
Yeah, Danny's helping you out. LOL.
No.
Saw your broadcast yesterday. Pretty funny. Not even kidding. Hope all is well. P.S. Please find attached cockpic.
No.
How's that? Push send on that, Danny.
I'm not gonna. No.
What? Oh, you want us to adjust it a little bit?
No. Take away the P.S.
No, we
cock pics.
All right, we'll do another P.S.
I'm not gonna send any cock pics. It can't be done.
P.S. Does your ass still leak?
No.
What?
It's not. That was,
alleged.
I admit, I was very angry at the time. I was very angry.
How are you angry when she found a naked girl in your closet? How does that happen?
Guys are weird like that.
They're weird like that.
Guys are weird. Like, you get angry because, you were caught. Mm-hmm. So I got angry.
No, you wanted to.
I got angry at the repercussions.
You were done with that.
My actions.
You were done with that, and you wanted to get caught. It's a nice, clean, easy break that way.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
There's no coming back from that.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to mow my lawn? There's a bunch of people suggesting things that are very inappropriate.
Oh, all right. Let me say hi to Drew in O-Town. Drew!
O-Town.
Oh, hey, my daughter's in 7th grade. She's an expert at this sort of thing, Anthony.
Oh.
She might be able to be just the person to help you out.
You want Anthony to talk to your 7th grade daughter?
You know what? Good point. Punch it out.
I like the timing on that one, too.
Maybe she can
Oh, here we go. Seamus in Alabama
get a
has
little
it.
Miss Perfect.
Seamus!
Hey, Anthony. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you boys doing? Listen, Anthony, this is what you do.
Yeah.
You call her, okay, and you wow her. Wow her. Send her some roses. Wow her. Just wow her. Make her a
What?
little Miss Perfect.
What? I'm not. No, this isn't a.
You saw the Little Miss Perfect show. So
Of course.
Like, you must
Oh, I
have...
love that show. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, okay.
But you've got to wow her,
fruit.
Anthony. Wow her.
All right, you fruit.
Get her back, boy.
Shut up.
Oh,
No, it's not about. See, it's not about getting her back.
But
It's not about being sweet guy. It's not about.
But you've mentioned
flowers
her
and
a
stuff.
lot lately, and you take a peek at
Well,
the old
it's not
TV.
Fucking
Nah.
five TVs in this place
Nah.
because that news is on.
There was a while there you weren't looking at the TV anymore. You're starting to take a little peek here and there.
No, I just
Little
take a
bit,
peek.
little peek.
Well, she darkened her hair. She let her hair grow like natural
But
color.
why would you care?
I don't know. It just
It's
looks-
over.
It looked a little better, I thought.
But what does that mean? What does that mean that it looks a little better?
Doesn't mean anything. There's, something. It doesn't mean a thing.
Is there unfinished business there?
There's nothing unfinished. There's not, I'm just.
Then why, as we're doing our first break every morning, you'll go,
Oh, I go like. Well, I'm just looking at. It's very rare you get to see an ex on a daily basis like that on television. So I just take a look and go like, is it looking good? Or that doesn't look
But
too
why would
good
you
on
care?
her, or it's not- there's no caring. It's just an opinion. Mm-hmm. Which one is that? Wait, go back. Was that one?
What?
Down at the bottom? No? Okay. I can't even tell. What am I doing?
This is true. Let's go to Dan in Knoxville.
What?
I think Dan's right. Way more right than I. Dan, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Dan.
Hey, there's some relationships that are just over. I mean, the way you did her, man, she's a proud woman. She was a sharp chick, and you just drug her through the, where everybody could see you just do her over, and you saw how vengeful she was. If she came back to after breakup sex, dude, she would be thinking, oh, how can I get him one more time? Yeah, it's over.
That brings up a good point.
I think Dan does bring up a good point because I think I'm setting up Ant horribly. I'm thinking a nice little breakup sex session, and no, she's thinking revenge.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This
Leaves you
long
tied
after?
up in your house or something with a dildo in your head.
So where's the revenge?
Yeah, she's too proud, man. You raked her over the coals in front of, America, man. She still owes you, probably, in her mind.
No.
Dan, it kills me to say this, but I was wrong. You are correct.
I don't.
I think it's more about revenge than the breakup sex thing. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, she would never let anybody know that she came back to you for some kind of, breakup sex, like she's that hard up. No way she would do that.
Yeah.
People say she wants to make me grovel. She's going to cut my bar in half with a chainsaw.
So maybe she's setting you up by
Take her to
mentioning
her home.
Maybe she's setting you up by mentioning the closet incident.
Maybe
get your attention, and all of a sudden you do this little text thing, and then she's got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Chloroform.
Yeah, she wants to make it look like, she sets it up like if she did come back for after, but she would end up I played him along all the time. I never was going to have sex with him, but he was ready to. But
but that isn't a thing. I'm not. See, that's the thing. This isn't a relationship looking for relationship thing. I'm saying so. There's no way to scorn me. I mean, that shit's over. It's over, Johnny.
All right, let's go to. Thank you, Dan. I got to give a few more people a chance here. We got Joe in Jersey. Joe, what do you think, Joe?
I think that what the deal is that she's truly finally over you, so now she can finally joke about it. It probably pissed her off for so long that she was never able to talk about it. Now she's over you so she can giggle about it with her friends, unless she just wants to suck your cock again. I'm not sure.
Oh, my God.
I think that's what she's truly over it, so now she can joke about it. But I got to give you props for a girl that hot to take that long to get over you.
Well, yeah.
Bravo to Anthony.
People are suggesting that maybe my cock will be super glued to my leg.
Yep.
Watch out for the Lorena Bobbitt.
Yep. Yeah, I got to change my tune on this whole thing. I don't want to see you hurt. James in Canada. I was thinking it would be cool for a little breakup sex, but yeah, there's more going on there. James, what do you got?
No idea.
Good morning, boys. How's it going?
What's up?
Hi.
Hey, I was just going to say, either way, go for it, because in a month from now, it's going to make for a great story.
See, everybody just wants radio.
Hey,
everyone just wants
the Red
radio.
Wings, buddy.
What?
Down with the Red Wings.
The Red Wings sucked last night. I was at the game.
Fucking right. No, I'm a Penguins fan, so anytime they lose, I have a good night.
Right on. And the stupid squid. Enough with the dumb squid. Trying to enjoy a nice hockey game at the Coliseum last night, and somebody throws a squid onto the ice.
Oh, that old gag.
Well, it's the Red Wings thing. No,
Yeah.
I understand the whole thing, but Islanders, I'm telling you, looking really good, my friend.
Hey, give credit to the guy that's turning things around, the great Canadian John Tavares, man. He's going to be he's something already. We'll give him another 2 years, let him develop.
Yeah, he's been a little quiet the last few games, but yeah, I'm all about Tavares. Thank you, James.
Right on, boys. Go
All right.
at the Olympics. Bye.
Oh, I can't wait for Olympic hockey, by the way. Larry King on the line, Ant. Larry!
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Larry.
Quick, how important is the cock pick?
Not sending cock pics to anybody.
It's extremely important, though. The cock pick is everything. What
happened? I missed something.
They're still coming in with the PSs to the letter. Hold on.
Hi,
Bill in Georgia. What's up, Bill?
Yes,
Bill.
I had the cord to my laptop back. A linger longer.
That would be a perfect PS.
Yeah. Oh, PS. Can I? No booyah. Don't put PS booyah later.
Jimmy, there's been a thing going on. Like, Ant's kind of looking at the TV a lot. Look, Jill's on, and he'll go,
I'll look and just go like,
So nice. So yesterday, William Shatner got into the whole Jill Nicolini thing and why it went down and what does it mean to Anthony and blah, blah, blah. It was pretty good, actually.
It was an example of how he
interviews people.
Does an interview to get, people to open up and talk.
Get stuff out of you.
So, I talked about the Gene Simmons thing and then that. And we were just talking. But I didn't know that before that, Jill had mentioned something at about 6:15 on her newscast about finding a girl in a closet, and I had that happen. And she goes, "Oh, you remember that guy cheated on me? There was a girl in the closet." Like she went through the whole thing.
Wow.
I was like, "Ooh,
yeah." So
what's going on there?
I think you got to just call her and ask her.
I say,
let her yell at you if she has to. Go, what's up?
Why yell at me?
Why are you mentioning the closet still? And why am I taking a peek at the TV and thinking that you're looking pretty good these days? Let's just get into this. Just you two.
Do you know how difficult it is to get into that closet now? Do you
really?
know how difficult it is
Really?
to get into that closet? Dude, I am not kidding you. Magnetic locks.
What the fuck does that represent?
Steel door and a separate alarm system.
Can we get Lydia on the phone today? I know you hate her, but I need to know what that means. The closet that the naked girl was in.
Yeah.
That Jill found.
Yeah.
Is now a closet that you almost can't get into yourself.
Well, that is
without a lot of effort.
That is pretty much the armory.
And there's no one else that could get in there.
No, it's pretty much
your closet.
And like I said, completely separate from any other alarm thing. It's like, it's like in a movie when the glass case is over the precious item, and you pick it up and it's alarmed.
Dude, you want Lydia today, don't you? We got to find out what that means.
And that's
in her dumb
and
fucking
it's
brain.
Instant alarm also. So it's not one of those beep, beep, beep where you have like a couple of seconds or to punch in the code. That goes immediately, and it's a zone where the police get called immediately.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, we need Lydia. She'll drive us nuts.
See, if only I had that lock, I could have just plausible deniability. Could have been going, I forgot the key code.
Sure.
Well, you could call her and apologize
Why would I do that?
for being shitty. You could just,
Yeah? Would you do that?
absolutely.
Why?
Because it would have been, in that situation, it was your fault.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I've done
I
things
never denied
Dude,
that.
that would break the ice.
You know what, though? I was angry at the reciprocal anger and result thereof.
The reciprocal anger. Look, I watched it all happen.
You certainly did.
It was horrible thing. Girl slaps. Guy who did horrible thing picks up cannonball and fires it in response to slap, which was justified.
All right. I can't disagree with you.
It
on
was
that.
like if Hitler had explained, why'd you do what you did? And Jules stepped on my foot. That's the level of inappropriate
Is that,
reaction.
yeah?
Yes.
So why don't you do that? Just go, I think I owe you an apology.
I don't,
Just write that in the
then it's
text.
just-
And then we could go with the P.S.
I don't know. I think
Go,
that-
Jill, I think I owe you an apology.
I think-
I've had a lot of time to think about this, and I really think the right thing is to just apologize.
I think before
I should have been more mature about what was going on between you and I.
Should I have?
No, of course not. You were just fucking living your life.
But I think that like the breaking of the ice and the acknowledging that she had said something on the air without any, diving right into,
Well-
hey, let me bring up this,
How about P.S. I think I owe you an apology. We have the first part of the letter written nice for you, or the text message.
Am I being like really bad by not apologizing?
That's up to you. I wonder if I would, because I wasn't living your life. I don't know what was going on. You felt like you were being strangled, and that was your way out of it.
Well, yeah. See, but
so I don't know. I don't know if I would apologize. I don't know. I'd have to be in that situation.
I did feel guilty. A little bit.
I don't think I ever apologized
the
to
way
an
things
ex.
went down, Oh, I never have. I never had a reason.
Now that I think about it, yeah, but that was a pretty big.
All right, look, that was a bad one.
Look, let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not only did she find a naked girl in your closet, it was after a party that you guys threw for each other. With big cutouts and both families there.
Don't rub it in.
This was the party where the families were getting together for the first time. Okay, so you know what?
Oh my God!
I hate to be the faggot here, but I think maybe you might owe her an apology.
That was a bad.
It wasn't just a casual. Let's just throw a party together. I remember now.
That was bad.
I remember
timing.
meeting her relatives because I was there for a while too.
Yeah.
And everyone was excited. There was aunts meeting aunts and uncles meeting uncles, and there was some. They were bringing like homemade dishes.
Oh
It was
my
despicable.
God. It really was the worst timing
Now
possible.
that I think about it,
It was reprehensible.
she's mortified.
Oh,
Not anymore, but.
oh God!
Here's how the phone call should go. Hello. Hi, Jill. I'm sorry.
Maybe, and then you can move on. Then maybe you move on officially.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you don't take a peek at the TV and all. Maybe there's a little guilt there, like, I really did her wrong, and she didn't do anything really that bad to me.
Yeah, I
You had cutouts around the pool area.
I know.
Giant life-size cutouts.
She loved you.
There's still party favors in one of the closets from that party, and every time I open it up, I look and I go, wow, I was really kind of a scumbag there.
She didn't know that she thought she was falling in love with a comic genius. She didn't realize she was competing against spaghetti on the wall and a beating for ice cream sandwiches. She didn't understand that.
Look, there. Someone's getting very close to being banned for calling me a hole. I'm just being honest here.
Not being a hole, dude.
I'm just being honest. I mean, usually I'd be like, fuck the broad, blah, blah, blah. But, now that I think about it, walking through that backyard with the excitement from her family seeing your house for the first time.
You're killing me.
With your mom there and your aunts and your uncle.
Her news friends were there.
Oh, no.
Showing pictures of him on the news.
Right.
This is my boyfriend, Anthony, of Opie and Anthony.
Oh, no. Yeah.
This was a pre-party that they were hoping was going to lead to a wedding. I mean, in their minds, this was a relationship that was going all the way.
See, that's what
And
got
she
me
came
a
back
little,
to the
like,
house
crazy.
kind of excited, like, wow, that was kind of a nice party we threw for everybody.
Oh,
and then she discovers the girl in the closet.
Yeah.
Who's a nice girl, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not, saying anything bad about her.
I'm not. Yeah,
certainly.
it's just the situation was very. I was feeling like, wow, there's some pressure here, but perhaps I should have handled it more maturely and talked about it.
I was in
the stuffed animal pitted.
Yeah, you don't take pictures.
See, that was a Dave
You don't
and
take
Buster's.
pictures like that with a slob. This was different.
But it was getting
There's
too
pictures
much
of you.
for me.
There's pictures of you holding a baby.
Rebound. I was rebounding very badly at that point.
You guys look good together, too.
Yeah, you
I was
did.
rebounding.
Look at the love in your eyes. Look at those doe eyes of Anthony. God damn. You haven't taken a picture like that in a while. Look at you.
Nah, now I'm just a miserable fuck.
Look at you. You're shining.
Now I make that. The only time I make that look and have that smile on my face is when I buy a new gun. That's when I'm happy at the gun store.
I need Lydia.
Oh, she's on the phone.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Line
good.
4.
Watch those two fall in love.
Lydia.
Good morning, boys.
All right, Lydia. Did you hear about Anthony's closet?
Yes, I did, of course.
So you've been listening for the last 20 minutes or so. So you know the closet that the naked girl was in, that Jill found, is now a closet that is pretty secure.
A panic room.
It is almost. Oh, yeah, just about a panic room. Yeah.
Do you? Wait, hold on. I don't want to.
I have started putting water in there.
Oh, really?
That would be a
Yes.
good
I'm starting
idea.
to supply it with
stuff?
maybe some type of food and water that might be able to last for,
How would you get out of that closet if you were locked inside?
I'd fucking blast my way out.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I have a way out. There's there's obviously a way out.
So
when
Lydia,
you're in.
this was the closet that the naked girl was in, and now it's this. It's basically, I guess, a gun closet. I haven't seen it myself, and it's very, very secure with all sorts of alarm systems.
Magnetic locks, all kinds of fun stuff.
What do you
talk about locking the barn door after the horse has gotten out, huh?
Well, this is true.
Maybe you don't want the horse to come back in.
No, maybe
Well,
not.
yeah, I hear that, the topic of breakup sex with Jill has come up a couple of times to you.
Well, what do you
Anthony, at
think?
least when
No,
I've been
I
listening.
started that dumb thing, but now I'm starting to think
I'm
that's not a good idea. But I mean, you understand the breakup sex thing, right?
Oh, sure.
It's some of the best sex. It's some of the best sex you'll ever have in your life. It's like angry. There's a lot of anger in that type of sex.
There isn't a sex thing here that I'm talking about.
No, I know.
Like
We're moving past that. But with your psychobabble, Lydia, what is that whole closet thing about?
Well, number one, Anthony was put in a very bad position, unfortunately by himself, as he said, probably got himself really pressured in the relationship. And I know he has a great deal of difficulty telling women in particular, what he really wants. And sort of got, I don't know, everything sort of went very, very quickly in that whole relationship, but from start to finish. The closet itself speaks volumes to Anthony. It's his safe room, his gun room, also the place where his relationship ended. I don't even know where to start with the closet.
You have nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah, fucking no. You're so disappointing. What are you, hungover from your wine?
Jill was a nice girl. She wasn't just some girl you fucked once. Like those are different. She's not just a one night fucking annoying chick you fuck once. She was a girl you dated.
Exactly. It's
different.
We had a great fun summer.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah.
But there's something not finished there. Ooh. If you're taking those peeks.
I think that. Wow. That's a great gun closet. Andy's.
Have you guys thought about giving it another try?
No. There's no way.
There's just a phone call. Someone is saying you shouldn't text. You should call. Lydia, I'm going to let you go. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Rick in Queens. Rick.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah. And
I totally think you should act like a man and give her a call. You can't send her a text message after fucking setting off that powder keg.
What, a call? That's a little personal for something like this.
Is there? How about? No one has asked you. Is there any guilt how that relationship ended?
Oh, I've said it before. Yeah, it was pretty scummy.
So give her a call.
Pretty fucking dastardly.
How about you just give her a call and admit to that if you want?
Why should I
Do you feel like there was?
Should I? But I mean, a phone call is very personal.
Look,
I don't call my family enough.
Honestly, you should do a face-to-face. I'm not bullshitting you.
Oh, my God.
I'm not saying he's going to.
do a face-to-face.
Oh, my God.
The relationship end was bad, but look, we've all done that before. We've all fucked up and got caught. It happens. You were scared. I'm not even saying it was the after. It was the bombing after, like the attack after. That to me was the harsh one.
He'll never do a face-to-face.
You're absolutely right. That was bad,
Do you feel like there's unfinished business there?
Unfinished business as far as the relationship went, or unfinished business as far as, I pulled some really severe shenanigans.
Well, let's put it this way.
And I should kind of, fess up.
Over a year later, we're still talking about it.
Should I fess up? Like that kind of unfinished business?
That's up to you. I'm trying to get into your head. It's hard to get into Anthony Cumia's head.
I don't believe there's any relationship unfinished business.
No, okay, I understand
but
that.
There's
but do you
definitely
feel
unfinished business on my part that probably I should,
okay, so you don't want
maybe apologize.
So you don't want
some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even know if that's appropriate after a year and a half or whatever.
All right, listen. Okay, I want to simplify this. So you don't want another relationship with her.
No,
that's done.
I mean,
but you feel like, okay, maybe I should talk to her about some things that bothers me when I'm alone in my house.
Is that self-serving for me, or is that like? Actually, she might go like, "Oh, well, at least he manned up," or
no, I think,
would I be doing it just so I felt a little bit less nasty when I sit there and go like, "Well, I really did a scummy thing.
I'm not that bad of a guy. I know I'm not that bad.
I was really a bad guy, and I've
really
never
know I'm
been
not bad like that.
And here
usually.
it is, and this is the God's honest truth.
Right,
I have never been a bad guy like that in my entire life.
You know what?
With anybody.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to back you up on that one.
Yeah.
You are a good guy.
I just have never done anything so, that ruthless.
So,
I've always been pretty decent. So it did kind of, make me feel pretty shitty.
How about you man up and give her a phone call?
No,
that's in between the text and the face-to-face. Jimmy is right about a face-to-face, but that could be just brutal. That's brutal for anyone, but I think especially you.
I'm scared.
Just write her and go, I would like to just talk to you about how it went down.
I'd be scared to go to call.
Really?
Like voice to what? Like sitting here going, hello? Hi.
All right, how about you start with a text?
Well, that's why. Well,
start with a text and just go.
Do a text.
Hey, I would like to talk to you, and see what she writes back. She might go fuck yourself. Don't worry. She might say, don't worry about it. Or she might say, that would be nice.
Just walk over to the WB studios and crash the set. Yeah, that would be comfortable.
With a bottle of Jack in your hand.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Shit. No, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to handle anything like that.
She treated you well.
What am I going to do?
Write down a few things you want to say, like not in word for word, but a few subjects you want to cover, like this, and this. Then you call her, and you just kind of go through them real quick.
I don't want to make it that complicated.
It's not complicated. It's very simple. It's
very complicated.
You're saying you're sorry for somebody who was nice that you wronged.
Do that.
Just speak from your freaking cold-hearted heart.
But you might forget.
I don't know how.
You just put down topics. Like I want to, for what I did after.
Bullet points.
Exactly.
Make believe you're doing a live read.
See, that I could do.
You want to do the Jill Nicolini live read? We can practice here.
I should do a mixtape. I should send a mixtape.
You can express yourself in music.
Yeah,
it could run the gamut. I'm sure the listeners would come up with the songs for you.
Go out to the WB studios and stand there with a boombox over your head.
No, he doesn't want her back.
Play it.
Let's all get on the same page. We finally got it out of Anthony. He doesn't want her back. He's moved on as far as that goes, but he feels like maybe he needs to say something because he's not that guy.
I don't
Right?
know. I don't know.
Or we could just shut
What
the
am I
fuck up
gonna
and talk
do?
about Leno and everything. Letterman.
I just don't. I don't know.
That was very humiliating for that girl.
1 second, I think it would be appropriate.
We all
and then the
liked
next,
her.
I'm like,
Yeah.
it's been a year and a half. Why?
We all
why
loved her.
dig up? Why pick at the old wound or something?
Apologies, and people like to hear that you're sorry. It does mean something, especially if you are. You obviously are. You're a nice guy.
I'm on the radio. Why can't I just say I'm sorry?
Can someone tell her?
There's a few apologies I'm waiting for. Trust me. Trust me on that. And you know what? It doesn't matter how much time goes by. If you get that apology, it makes everything okay.
Would you find a guy in a closet?
I think you should. You'll feel better if you do. It's selfish and it's good for her. It's both.
That's up to you, Ant. That's
You're
that's our 2 cents.
interesting fellow, Jimmy.
Not Jimmy fucking.
Just are, because Jimmy
owns up.
But Jimmy is like ruthless at times.
Yeah.
Yet when it comes to something like that, he would do the right thing.
Because it's really weird. You go after anybody, but it's like she's not and you were just in a relation. It's like she's not weaker than you in the sense that she can't stand up for herself, but in that type of a battle.
Yeah.
Like of her saying mean stuff and you saying mean stuff.
Oh, I know.
It's a massacre.
You want me and Jimmy to go with you? And we could just kind of.
Oh, that would help. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're thinking about it.
No.
Is this something what you want to do, or should we just shut our fucking mouths?
No, that's just it.
This is your life.
I don't know. I don't know if I would want to do that, or if too much time has gone by where it's like, it's over, screw it. I mean, obviously yesterday she brought it up and seemed to, get a laugh about it. So maybe
you were talking
maybe
Shatner
she's
about
past it, and maybe kind of digging it up is inappropriate.
She's
at this
past
point.
it like you're past
Maybe
it,
too
but
much
how it
time has gone
ended is
by.
probably still kind of bothers her a little bit. You caught her off guard, man.
Oh my God. Blindsiding. And then she just sends out an email that's not even that bad. I was like, she could have been a lot meaner in this.
Oh,
she didn't attack you. And man.
You want
stand on the side of the Gowanus with a big sign that says "I'm sorry," so they pick it up on the traffic. What he's saying,
You want the listeners to get involved? Anthony's sorry. We'll have banners all over New York City by Friday.
No, I don't think getting the listeners involved in this is good
Why?
at all.
They're usually great. They usually help us out when we need them. I got the best idea. Ant. It's perfect. How about a video taped message? Keith will videotape it.
Oh, yeah, he's good at that.
And then he will bring the tape to Jill.
Apparently, he's very good at videotaping things, like things being burnt in my yard.
No, you can't do that because if that gets out, that tape is fodder forever.
Oh, it would get out, too.
Everything that's wrong with him, like whether he said a word wrong or there's something happens weird behind him, no, you can never give a tape like that. I wouldn't allow that.
Well, that's our 2 cents, Ant.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just...
Kevin from Connecticut's got the perfect. I want to thank Kevin for this one. Kevin, go ahead.
Tell us what to say, Ant. We'll Twitter bomb it.
Yeah, let's Twitter bomb Jill's Twitter account.
You don't want to Twitter bomb her account.
Sure you do.
How about you say something right now? The listeners will freaking write it down and they'll send it to her on Twitter.
But I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I don't know if a straight apology is good. I don't know if apology at all. I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
Funny and lighthearted.
Just right. Right. I don't know who that person was, but it certainly was not me.
Yeah.
No, that was me.
Personally, I think that the anger that you kind of took out on her was meant for other people. Say from the past.
Yes, I was in from the past. No, I was in a rebound situation that entire time.
Yeah.
And that didn't help the situation, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's appropriate.
You want to get Mick Foley back involved?
No, I think we keep Mick Foley out.
We could get a Steven Singer thing. What is he selling these days?
He's selling the long-stemmed roses dipped in 24-karat gold.
Perfect.
No, it's not. That's stupid.
Perfect. That's right. Look, this doesn't.
I'm teasing, of course. I hate Steven Singer.
All right, no McFoley.
It's perfect for Valentine's Day. It's
Yes.
stupid for this situation.
Right, because then she's going to get the wrong message.
The wrong impression. That's a message of love.
Angus has got it. Angus in Jersey. What do you got, Angus?
Anthony, you should use Doyle's speech from Sling Blade, because you were just asshole-ish. I'm out.
I apologize. Now, I don't think I said anything to you, did I, Carl? So no apology needed.
Let's see.
Kenny, you're an ass. He's just trying to help. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Chris on Long Island. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Here's the deal about Anthony's closet.
Yeah.
Somebody got into that closet, found some of the content that was in there, whether it was a naked girl, whatever it was, and it screwed up people's lives. So what he did afterwards was make sure that nobody ever is going to get into that closet again.
I'm distracted. I'm not a big animal rights activist by any means, but that fucking video
it's annoying.
they're showing on probably every news channel today, especially here in New York, of the guy kicking the shit out of that dog.
Who's the guy?
in the elevator is enraging.
Who's the guy?
I'm sure we have the story in front of us. I'll do a little research during the break. It's enraging.
Oh, is he this guy?
No, they've moved on. They've already shown this video at least 20 times. It's enraging.
Yeah.
You know, you can do the whole Chester thing, blah, 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 but trust me, you know, we have fun with that for the radio. This motherfucker, it's enraging when he does
really
that little dog in the
shit out
elevator.
of the dog.
Sorry, Chris, that popped on the TV.
That's all right.
Finish your thought. If you did, I apologize. I got real distracted there.
Yeah, that's all right. What I was saying was that somebody got into that closet, found the contents, and it screwed up people's lives. And so what he did was make sure that nobody was ever going to get into that closet ever again. So he's got money, and he made it Fort Knox.
I disagree. I don't think it's that psychological with the closet. I really don't.
Hey, here's something. If you weren't in a rebound mode, if you had a good, solid year off between relationships, I don't think you did, right? I'm trying to remember now. No, I don't think you did. Would it have worked out with Jill?
I don't. It's very hard to say, but I don't think we were, cut out for each other as far as I think she was looking for a little more.
Well, she was on the fast track,
moving quicker than I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's for sure. I remember
so
that.
that was a little bit, scary for me. I got scared. So I had to run away somehow, and
you blew it up. The funny thing is, people think I blow up shit. You're right there with me, my
Well, that
my
was
brother.
one thing I blew up in my whole life.
I've only blown up a couple things.
Oh, Christ.
Got us more money, though, a couple times.
All right, Dynamite.
All right, Chris, thank you. Why don't we take a break? People still calling with their advice on this.
Good advice?
Has everyone... you know what? Let's go to Ray in Kalamazoo. Ray. Kalamazoo.
Hey, boys. Happy
Hey.
birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you, mister.
Run. That bitch burned up a dead guy.
Yeah, let's not forget.
Yes, there was property burnt and one dead guy. One burnt dead guy. Ashes.
Is the dead guy still living in your fire pit?
Yeah.
I would guess so. Probably streamed out from the rain and stuff, but...
Really? What? He's now in your neighbor's yard?
Yeah.
As runoff water?
Yeah, runoff. A little runoff into the fucking...
Great.
Septic tank.
Buy more guns, Ant.
Just buy more guns?
Buy more guns.
That's what makes me smile.
All right, Ray.
Thanks, boys. Punching out.
Thank you. You want to summarize this whole thing, Ant?
Yeah, I just got to, I guess, think it out and see if I even should, want to, need to.
You're thinking something, though.
Or I'm just thinking something to
closure.
No, I hate
Not
the
even
word
closure.
Ugh. closure.
Just making things right.
Yeah, making things right.
Making things right.
Right, fixing something.
So you're a little less lonely in that house of yours.
No, it has nothing to do with my lonely house.
You bring it up, not me.
With my lonely house.
In between parties, it's a very lonely house.
I sit there with my lonely fire, tending my lonely fire, drinking my lonely wine.
You said it, not me.
Texting Danny to please come over.
It was
Talking to your 9 friends, each one of them shaped like a bullet.
It was a hell of a visual you laid out. You and your lonely house.
My lonely house.
We're all jealous of your amazing house, but the fact remains, in between parties, it's a pretty lonely place.
Hell of an echo in there. Oh, hell of an echo.
I've been in there with you where it's like we're barely talking and it's echoing through empty rooms.
Steve from Bayshore, Anthony's one-man karaoke parties.
Oh, they're awful.
Where I'll just go downstairs, maybe try out a little tune.
You know, it's very, very rare in a relationship that something's 100% one person's fault.
Come on
I wouldn't give you 100%, but I would have to go 98 too.
Yeah. I obviously get the giant percentage in I was the bad guy in the whole situation. You know, because what are you going to do?
You know, Ann, she's going to hear this broadcast.
Very hard for. What do you think? What do you think? I thought we were in spots?
Yeah, she's a psychopath stalker, and she'll probably be listening to this broadcast today. So maybe you're getting it out by doing it this way.
It's just therapeutic talking about it, I guess.
How about this? Jill, if you've heard what Anthony has said.
Oh, no, don't speak for me. Don't fucking put any messages
I just want like all I'm asking for is a signal.
A signal.
That's right. Blow Jim Norton.
Yeah.
If you accept a good signal.
If you accept what Anthony's saying today, blow Jim Norton. Jesus
passing a note between desks.
Right.
What is this?
Well, no one ever really grows up.
No signals. That defeats the whole purpose.
What about a text to you that's
got to be handled in a mature manner?
What about some kind of like smiley face to your phone or something?
No, I don't know if that's appropriate. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
We did what we could for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you could write a nice, sincere letter and mail a letter to her. Letters are okay, too.
Like a real paper letter?
Well, you type it out, whatever, and then you send her something with it and just like, look, I know I fucked up. I fucked up in one like that years ago.
Did you?
I got caught cheating, and it was devastating to the girl, and it was humiliating for her, and my whole relationship wasn't my fault, but I'm still guilty about that.
Really?
It was a real relationship.
See, yeah.
And, I apologize. She's on and off, likes me. Sometimes she doesn't like me.
Oh, okay.
It's a hard thing for women, man, when they feel completely humiliated like that.
I know. I was the bad guy.
It was your girlfriend. It's different when it's just somebody you don't know. It's a girlfriend.
I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Don't do it in
character. You want to look
Ann.
at the bad guy?
Don't do it in character.
Well, no, I'm just saying,
Just do it as Anthony Cumia.
Yeah, you're the bad guy.
Me and Jimmy will now shut up and you talk to Jill through the radio. Go ahead.
Go. Virus, go.
Go ahead.
What?
One apology. Looking for one lousy apology.
One sincere apology.
And go.
What, me now?
That's what I said. You're up. Me and Jimmy will shut up and you talk to Jill through the radio. No characters, no buttons.
I don't think I could. Oh. Should I? Oh.
We got the music and everything for you. Here comes the apology. And go.
All right. Here it is.
I'm sorry. I did so many bad things. I tried to do the right thing, but I'm weak. I'm too fucking weak.
Isn't that good?
And accurate. How perfect.
And that's what you get today, Jill. All right, we're going to take a break. Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton, stay there. Let's do this. Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, back from L.A. How was Leno last night, Jimmy?
It was good, man. I enjoyed the topics, and I felt like there was some good laughs. It was very enjoyable.
Is Jay in a good mood? Jay confused?
He seemed fine, yeah. I mean,
where's Jay at these days?
We only spoke for a minute. I actually discussed my situation with him more than he did with his with me. And just chatted for like 5 minutes, and then I think you're going to see Sandra Bullock.
Wait, what's your situation?
Oh, you know.
The situation?
Yeah. But You know, hey, look what the NBC's doing. It's like no matter what company you work for, you can have shit hit the fan or fuck up. So
Yeah.
how we doing, everybody?
Remember the first time? Man, Jesus.
Oh, God, yeah.
God, he was flaming. He was flaming.
Yeah.
Walking out on that stage. Did you
hairy
ever
chest.
think that he might be... Yeah.
Yes, as I got older, but in
As a
youth,
kid, you didn't know.
Didn't know. No, you didn't. Because there was certain.
How weird is it as a kid, like, all the voices sounded the same to you, and then you get older and go, wait a minute.
Dude, I
What's
didn't know
going
the
on with
Vill-
that guy's voice?
I didn't know the Village People were gay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember this lady telling me in the fucking. I love the Village People.
You know what? I can't lie. I didn't know either. What did I know growing up? They had some catchy songs when you're a little tot, and you're not thinking anything past that.
You didn't realize all the songs revolved around men and places where men remove their shirts and get down to their underpants.
I didn't know the YMCA was where a lot of guys got blowjobs.
Yeah.
I was fucking 8. I didn't know.
Or in the Navy, they wear tight white slacks.
I just thought they were a little catchy.
A woman that
As
worked
far as
at
pop music goes.
Corvettes was telling me and my friend that
They
they were
certainly
gay.
were catchy was the line someone should have fucking grabbed. They were catching everything. Oh, boy. What were we saying?
She worked at Corvettes and she was, I forget how it came out there. I was a kid, I was like 10. And I couldn't believe it. She's like, no, they really are, they're gay. And so I was asking her, what do gay people do in bed? She wanted no part of me.
Oh, wow.
She was an older woman. I was like, what do gay people do in bed? And she hated me.
Well, they throw out a lot of sheets.
Yes.
But Jay's doing all right?
Oh, he seems okay, yeah.
What did he say about me?
He actually, I got a plug, of course, for you guys in the company. He even said Sirius, which I was surprised at.
Wow, why would you do that?
For you guys, because I love you. And
Just say Opie and Anthony. We're a brand now.
Well, you know, it's like you got
Who knows where we're going to continue this thing?
That's true.
So let's just get the Opie and Anthony brand out there.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony starring Jim Norton.
No, I just hope Anthony's fine because they go there, they hear me.
Yeah.
You were adorable in your little picture in the newspaper yesterday.
I think it was running tomorrow, actually. I didn't know it was running today.
But they didn't
yesterday.
interview you.
Yeah, they did. They quoted me on one thing. It was like a couple of questions I answered. There was one quote. They just use like one or two quotes for every comic.
Did we see that yesterday, Ann? We were looking for Jim Norton stuff.
I was looking for. I didn't see the quote. I just saw him with
looked at it fast.
girl lipstick all over him and
comic groupies.
with his smiling little face.
I happen to have the quote.
Oh, you do?
Yes, because the pilot getting off the plane.
Yeah.
He said to me, my wife and I are really big fans. And then he handed me the post article. He handed me the post
The actual pilot?
Dude, I've never had a guy who can fly a plane like me.
I think you're getting famous. To us, you're just still a little Jimmy Norton. But I think you're really starting to get famous.
He just handed me this on my way out, and he goes, "You can't fly incognito anymore." He goes, "This was in the Post yesterday," and he goes, "My wife and I are big fans," and it said, "Thanks for flying Continental, Jim."
No. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Is he the main pilot for Continental?
He was the pilot. He's an older guy. I'm not that much. I mean, 51, 52.
Did he look like a pilot?
Oh, fuck yeah. White shirt. It was funny. He had a big gut. And he was talking about how fucking great the cheeseburger was. He was like a fucking man's man. He wasn't one of these like fruity young guys. He was like an older guy. He's fucking, you probably fly the plane with one wing gun.
Were you able to stand up there in the cockpit and they give you the little wings?
Dude, if I would have known he was a fan, I would have tried to sneak in there. But this is as we landed at the gate.
That's a good question. Are you allowed to go in the cockpit?
Nah, they wouldn't.
After 9/11?
No way.
They only
No private flight. No way.
Pilots,
No.
maybe a pilot or something on jump seat, one of the bigger planes, but
Dude,
you would never get the fuck in there anymore.
How safe do you feel when you see another pilot sitting down next to you?
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know, because you already have a couple pilots up front,
Yeah.
but knowing there's another guy, I just watch his face the whole time. When those noises happen, that shit, you don't really know what's going on, and he doesn't budge, you're like, okay, this is normal.
Oh, God, that would be great to just dress like a pilot, sit in the seat, and just go like, oh, my God. When something
That
like
would
some
make a great
turbulence,
video.
Just go,
Let's do
oh,
it.
my God. Don't tell me that was, I sure hope that wasn't, oh, my God. And just watch people shit their pants.
That's the hydronator. The things that don't even exist.
Right. Just go, oh, that's not good. Just say that a few times during the flight, dressed as a pilot sitting in.
Or even just
and
lean
coach.
over to somebody near you and go, did you fucking hear that? Did you hear that?
Hear what? Oh, nothing. I hope that's not what I think it was.
That wasn't turbulence.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would rule.
Or if you hit a little turbulence, you look over at the guy next to you and you go, make the bump stop. I don't like when it's bumpy.
You know, if we have Kenny Grove's mustache back, he could almost pull us off, and we get him some kind of fucking uniform that sort of looks pilot-ish.
And you'll tell him to be a pilot, he'll just hang out under a stove.
Right.
Idiots.
How much trouble you'd get in just dressed as a pilot on a plane?
No,
They'd
it's
probably
gotta
throw you right the fuck off.
I'm not saying you just dress like it could be a pilot. That's the key.
Yeah, but then you could be anything. You got to look like a pilot.
Yeah.
And then just scare people.
All right, I guess I guess a boy could dream.
Yeah.
I would love to pull that one off.
How did you miss my big quote?
Which one?
That wasn't a big quote. I asked him
honestly, well, because I hate the paper, to be honest with you. I'm happy for you, but, you know,
It was about comedy groupies.
Yeah.
And my one line that made it in was, spotting a comedy groupie is easy, explains Norton, who admits to having slept with several fans over the past 20 years.
Wow.
It's always a case of, hey, you're really funny and kind of creepy. Can we have sex? And that was one of the answers I submitted, and they used it.
Very good.
Yes.
That's a nice spot for you.
And I was fucking filling up with these models on my lap. They were fucking really sexy.
Yeah. The
really.
blonde, I thought the blonde looked familiar.
Do we know her? We were trying to figure it out yesterday.
Don't know. I'm not sure. They told me the agency they're
Did we
fine.
stick anything in her hiney over the years?
I really wish, but no, I don't think so.
No. Hey, Jimmy, you talked about steroids with Leno last night because you were doing that. What is it called?
It's called Who Cares What They Think, and
right.
that actually came in like last minute. There was another topic, and then Jay bumped it for that one because the.
What's your take on McGuire and the steroids thing?
Well, I kind of said what I've always said about it. I just did a joke about how it's not important, and then I just did my steroid.
Well, Canseco, this guy, he's just a dirtbag.
Yeah. Well, now he's almost.
Canseco says McGuire's lying about never shooting up. Canseco in the bathroom, and Tony La Russa is lying when he says he didn't know about it. We said that too.
Well,
if
he's
you're the
almost
manager,
being
you
vindicated,
know
though.
that steroids is going on. You have to know. You have to.
That's why he's almost vindicated, Canseco.
Yeah, he is.
He's looking now like, look, I told you guys this a while ago. No one wanted to believe me.
I don't know
I was
why.
just writing a book, and now you find out a lot of this shit is true.
Why do I feel like Canseco is a dirtbag when he's probably telling
the truth,
more of the truth than anybody else that has come forward? Why is that? Why do I feel that?
Because he's a rat. Yeah. Fucking rat.
Because
Whole family
McGuire's trying to
fucking rats.
McGuire's trying to hold on to his image, but McGuire, in my opinion, did a lot of steroids, and it wasn't just because he was hurt.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. Someone was saying it was very frequent and high doses of steroids.
That was giant. He's smacking fucking baseballs into orbit and saying, "Oh, well, yeah, I just did it because I was hurt."
And La Russa can't come out and say he knew, obviously, but he had to have.
Of course.
You run the team.
Plausible deniability.
You've seen these guys getting bigger and bigger in the offseason. I mean, you're not suspicious?
Doesn't matter.
He does seem like a dick, though, Canseco. Like, it seems, even though he's telling the truth, I don't think he's lying at all. I think he's being brutally honest.
Yeah.
There's something about the fact that he's dragging everybody down with him for no reason.
That's it.
I think it's. I think he's breaking some kind of like man code.
I agree,
and I think that's why it bothers me because I think Major League Baseball players all knew that they were doing steroids. Some guys were frustrated because they didn't want to do it, but they were like, "All right, fuck. This is the culture of the business I'm in." And Canseco is the guy that ratted everybody out.
Yeah.
He's a rat.
He's a rat.
He's a rat.
He's a rat.
And that's probably why.
Fucking rat.
Because what is he getting from it?
Publicity, book sales.
Right. It's all for him. It's not to help the game.
Yeah, you give a shit about it. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
You also talked about Jersey Shore last night with Leno. Do you watch Jersey Shore?
Little bits and pieces, yeah, here and there.
You like the Snooki?
No, she annoys me.
Oh, she's fucking annoying.
She's annoying. The guy, by the way, her teacher who punched her is getting fired.
I know.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Poor guy.
I'll say the reason it sucks, he probably was looked at as a really good teacher until his fucking clip surfaced.
Yeah.
Well,
has he been a model teacher in the last year and a half? Not a year. What? Since last summer?
Dude, if he has the ability to do that, he's not a good person.
That was a rough punch. If it was another guy, I'd say yeah, but he just clocked the chick in the face.
An
Like,
amazing
But he was
punch.
shit-faced. He's not going to be shit-faced when he's doing his gym teaching.
I have been drunk off my fucking ass
You could stop right there.
I know, I did.
When insert activity.
Just anything. When driving back from...
What are they accomplishing by firing this guy? Because now he's going to be in a bad mood and he's going to punch a lot more bitches. So
yeah, now he's all mad.
Right, you should
Fucking
let these
bitches
guys
got me fired.
You should let these guys keep their jobs because keep them happy. That punch is just one for the ages, though. My God,
it spins around so.
I think it's so funny when the hat comes back off too.
Yeah. Well, hat
Colorful
removal.
hat.
But you see her pointing in his face, and there's a lot of women out there that know they could get away with that stuff. Not saying you should punch a broad, obviously.
Then what are you saying?
Yeah,
I think the punch.
I'd like clarification.
I think the punch has
justification.
No justification, but I think there's a lot more. Many broads out there that won't be in your face with their fingers anymore.
Yeah,
they'll think twice.
Fuck.
I hope he's right too.
Holy shit!
Am I right?
I hope you are.
So there are women out there that frustrate the hell out of you because they know they could get in your face, knowing that the thing is guys aren't supposed to hit women.
Yeah,
and that's kind of frustrating.
Well, yeah, everybody's said it.
Have you ever
over the
wanted
years.
to punch a bitch? And that feeling you get because you just can't because it's not the right thing to do.
There's a time you would love to. Not so much punch. I'd love to open hand smack a bitch.
Oh, like old school?
At times.
Like
but
an old
not-
John Wayne movie?
Not now. I'm talking about one girl and many years ago. But boy, would I have loved to have just open hand slapped her while she was mouthing off.
And that was acceptable.
Well,
I told you about the dumb movie I watched over the summer. Some old Western where the guy's just slapping his wife because
You're hysterical.
trying to calm her. Tries to calm her down by slapping her.
Yeah.
And then the Indian guy, because it's a Western, brings in some kind of like stick he's supposed to use to beat his wife.
Yeah.
But it was acceptable. It wasn't even like some weird fucking movie where like there was abuse going on. This was just normal behavior.
It's like acceptable in the fucking 50s.
It was on the pier.
Give your wife a fucking smack.
It was one of those dumb movie nights on the pier where I live. And the audience was horrified. They're like, holy shit. What?
There was a commercial, I think Ronald Reagan did it, where it was about seatbelts. And the line was, and it was a joke line. It was like, and don't forget to belt your wife too. Like belt yourself up, and,
Right.
and then the cop goes in, and don't forget to belt your wife too. Everyone got a good laugh. Like, but that was accepted. People didn't care. It was like, oh, okay, I get it. Hit her.
Yeah, that's
like hit her or buckle.
That's
in.
just the point I'm making. It was accepted at one point to open hand slap your wife.
Nothing's accepted anymore.
No.
Nothing. Not that I'm saying that should be, but we've gone so far the other way where, you can't have a guy that says Negro dialect without him almost losing his job. And
Carolina man, getting back to McGuire, he had 24-inch biceps when he broke the record, and he was lifting twice a day. No one does that. Imagine lifting twice a day. Usually you need a good day's rest after you lift.
Yeah.
And this guy was lifting twice a day.
Jesus.
We got any clips there, Dan? No? All right. And the full body scanners. Anything different at the airport, Jimmy?
No, not at all. Unfortunately, I would love something to be different.
Yeah, same old shit.
Security was the exact same, basically? You didn't have to wait any longer, or you didn't have to...
I had almost no line going there. I mean, a 10-minute line going there, but I came back on the red eye, so it's like, it's hardly ever lines. Yeah.
They caught that guy that went under the rope.
I know, I was here. I think they did before I left. Monday we talked about that.
Dummy.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah. What are they going to do to him?
Not much they can do, because it wasn't intentional to be a dick.
Give him some kind of trespassing bullshit. Plea it down to nothing.
And once again, we suggest that NYU has trampolines on the sidewalk because we lost another one.
A professor, actually, one of the professors jumped. At NYU, it's
they like jumping at NYU.
Oh, kids with bad grades, and bad grades to them is like an A-.
Yeah, professors.
They lose their mind.
This was a young professor, 37 years old, and he jumped to his death. That's got to be horrific.
Do you know why he jumped?
Why?
This selfish asshole. He was having an argument with his wife. They had just had preemie twins.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the argument, I guess she just, like, I've been that angry before, too, where that moment you could do something crazy. He just jumped.
Wow.
That's it. In the middle of the argument, he just jumped.
He probably had
That showed her.
He probably was sleep deprived. Didn't know what he was doing. I bet you he wishes he had that decision.
Oh, my. I guarantee as soon as he cleared the wall, he probably went ugly.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Right.
I should have just walked away from this argument.
Why NYU, though?
I don't know what it is.
I mean, we've lived in Boston.
It's haunted,
when we were
man.
up in Boston, I don't remember anyone jumping out of a window, and there's a million universities up there.
That's
a
the way
million
they like
colleges.
doing it over there at NYU.
Why?
Yeah, it's jumping. I don't know. Yeah. Godspeed.
Let's go to Brad in Rochester.
Brad.
What's up, Brad?
What's up? I just had a quick comment about that stick that you beat your wife with. That's actually where the term "the rule of thumb" came from.
But I think we
That you
argued
weren't
this on our show before.
You weren't supposed to beat your wife with anything wider than the width of your thumb.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about that, though.
No, I'm dead serious. Look it up on Snopes.
That's, it's on Snopes?
Yep.
Oh, is it really? Well, Danny will
Yeah,
look
it
it
is.
up, and we'll see if rule of thumb is actually... Well, you can't hit her with anything bigger than your thumb.
Than the width of your thumb.
But you could do a lot of damage with something that is as
Oh, yeah. What do I
wide
get
as
from
your
right?
thumb.
Made of metal.
Made of metal. Right.
Just make it out of metal.
And spiky.
Yeah.
I watched one of those goddamn Forensic File shows last night where a guy hit this broad upside the head with a fucking motorcycle exhaust.
Really?
Oh, and they caught him. This guy was so stupid. Anyway, it was fucking forensic shit all over the place. But the pattern on the side of her head had the fucking mark where the mounting bracket and the hole was, and it lined up perfectly with her temple, and the rest of the pipe lined up, and there was blood on the ceiling and on the floor, and they figured it. They figure that shit out. It's brilliant. That's why I watch those shows and go, you don't even try to get away with anything.
Just book a trip to Big Sur. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the push.
The push.
The big push.
Although they figured out the push, too.
Yeah, they
Because
did.
some family, because I was it on the radio? Sometimes you forget. Some family pushed their daughter. I'm not sure if it was a stepdaughter. I don't know what the case was.
Is that the one with the pictures?
They wanted to get the insurance money, so they pushed the daughter.
Yeah.
How young was she?
I don't remember the whole story. Maybe we can look it up. I didn't realize we were going to talk about this
It
today.
is always about
but
insurance money with those with white
they
people.
somehow figured it out. How do you figure out the push?
They found pictures in a woman's camera that showed the guy right at the moment where he pushed her
Well,
over
that's
the
just
fucking
stupid.
edge. But you can't tell
You got to
that
remember
he's doing
that
it.
it's a tourist attraction, so you got to wait for everyone to get done with their pictures, and then they walk away from the ledge, and then you do the push.
It's that. It's how they landed. It's scuffle marks that they've had near the edge.
The parents had stupidly been eating chocolate and it was hot, so it was the 10 fingerprints in the yellow shirt on the back.
They're on to you with the cruise ship thing. Don't push your ladies
they're
off the
on
cruise
to you on
ships
that
anymore.
Cruise ship.
I mean,
The rock coat.
Yeah, we were the first to open that up. That these people that are going missing on cruise ships are being pushed overboard by a spouse that hates them.
Yeah,
that was obvious to us from the beginning, right?
Yeah, a lot of the cases are just white. A lot of just white people that are trying to get insurance money. The husband, fathers that kill their kids trying to get insurance money, and the paper trail is stunningly stupid. I mean, astoundingly stupid.
First 48, do they do any of those?
No, First 48 is all about black people shooting each other. That's all it is. Just that 1 second. Like the white people crimes, the insurance ones are thought out, and it takes a while. It's premeditated.
Don't you think that would be interesting too?
Well,
or no?
But it sometimes takes longer than 48 hours to get them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
First 48 is black guy looks at another black guy wrong. Fucking Jerry Carl shoots Cookie Head.
I see what you're saying.
And
I'm stupid. I was thinking, if you're doing the pusheroo, it's going to take a little more than 48 hours to figure it out.
They investigate. Usually those are on cold case files,
right?
Where it takes forever for them to track him down and figure it out. And then they're just guiding this old guy out of a building, and he's going, That was in 1972. What happened? I knew I got away with it. Love those fucking shows, though.
Dennis D goes, Ope, were you just about to say we were the first to admit this? No. I only was on one cruise ship.
Yeah.
Did the Greek island cruise.
Greek.
With the
Rosie?
Oh.
Homo.
Yeah, I did that with the ex. And,
yeah.
And, yeah. And that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I liked cruises. I wanted to go on the new.
You like cruising?
I like I like cruising. It's great. But that stupid hat like Pacino did.
Yeah.
And cruising, get fisted.
Yellow bandana.
Yeah. It's a signal, right?
Think
Not
so.
the signal.
Wouldn't
hanging
any
out.
bandana be a signal?
It's just
Why does it have to be
fucking
yellow?
remote
Golden shower.
bandana.
Get the fuck out of here.
According to the colors, what you liked. And he's like, I just like to watch. And like, you shouldn't wear it. Like, I forget. Yeah, wherever you had the bandana meant something.
Oh, really? What if it's just sticking out your fly?
That probably means your penis has to sneeze. Or you have herpes or syphilis. You can take it to leak.
Tom in Jersey.
Tom.
Good evening.
You're out, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Hi, Tom.
A few months ago, a friend of mine who was attending NYU decided that the 10th floor of the library was a good place to jump off. They have barriers, like plexiglass barriers all around the big in their library, and apparently all you need to do is push a table up next to it, and you can just get right over. So, hey, Deb.
Love that
Flat.
sound.
All right.
Did your friend jump?
Yeah, he was. I don't know what was going on in his personal life, but everyone else who knew him, which is that's how the story
Well,
goes.
why don't you ask him what was going on?
He was dead.
Apparently, he had this.
Well, you
he
don't
was
have to give it away yet,
depressed. He lived up in Westchester and walked from NYU to his house.
Every day?
I think maybe twice just to get a feel of how it is.
That is weird.
Dude, he was
a little
just.
weird.
It's sad and depressing.
All right, thank you. Hey,
Punching out.
breaking news from Cosmo Radio. Let's go to James in Chicago. I don't know why James is listening to Cosmo Radio, but he is. James?
I listen to it because it's 10 minutes of Jocktober every day of the year.
Oh, really?
That's a nice way to put it.
that is a good way to sell that to our listeners.
I don't want to say anything bad about the company, but anyway, they were talking about you and Club Soda Kenny walking by their studio and talking about what a creepy lurch Kenny was and why. I guess you guys he gave him a shitty look because of the sweater party or whatever it was, but I wanted to let you know that they were talking about you during the break.
Oh, can we get that audio? Kenny is very intimidating, and he walks around these halls, but he knows everybody.
Yeah.
You just point to someone, and he'll give you their whole bio.
I know who that is and where they work and what they do and how long they've been here. And
let's try to find that audio. I want to see what they were saying about us today. Thanks, James.
Good.
No problem.
Before we completely attack them and destroy them, we'll find out what they said.
I'm always scared about listening to what people say, especially girls.
Why?
Actually, only girls.
Why?
Guys, I could give a shit what they say, but girls, it's like, oh, that was hurtful.
There's no lookers around here. There's one or two.
There's a couple.
There's a few. A few of these gals are eye candy.
A few of these slits?
There are a few. Slits.
Trying to make it in broadcasting, and I call them slits. There's a couple hot slits around here, Jimmy.
Yeah, a couple of nice dishes, yeah.
Nice. Nice?
Yeah.
Dish.
Nice hot pockets.
Nice.
Hot pocket.
Jump on and make that girl come buckets. Make her come like that. You moved the dam out of the way and the water just came flooding through. That's how good she'll come.
Of course, Chip.
Make her come like crazy.
Yeah.
Funny. Okay. Funny. We got a pushing story, and we got Laura in Washington. Laura, what do you got?
Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
I kind of am of the theory of pro-slapping women.
Yeah?
Let me explain why. I've been in situations where women have hauled off and smacked or punched guys. And y'all could be in a bar and y'all can fight and everything's kosher. I honestly believe that if a woman comes up and punches you, You ought to be able to punch her back with the force she punched you.
That's different, though.
Doesn't work.
No, I don't think.
I know it doesn't
Jimmy,
work.
I don't think it
No,
is. I think if a girl, hold on, if a girl, you're in a bar and a girl comes up to you and slugs you for any reason, and you slug her back, you're looked at like the biggest dirtbag, even though she hit you first.
Oh, I just meant that it was different than the Snooki situation because she didn't hit him first.
No, right. She was just obnoxious.
Understandably, though, but women want all these equal rights. They want to go fight and combat. They want to have this. They want to have that. Trust me, I'm for equal rights for women. I work really hard, and I just don't think it's right that we don't have the same theories with all sexes. As long as you only hit her with the force she hit you.
Well, that's hard to prove, or, what are you going to do? Of
course it is.
Use some kind of a torque wrench on your arm and know how many pounds square inch per second.
By the way, this woman has had this conversation before. How many times have you had this conversation before? And don't lie or I'll know.
How many times have I had this conversation
Yes.
before? This is actually the very first time.
It's not, you've rehearsed it to yourself.
Yes.
Well, of course I rehearsed it before I called y'all.
You're like Bob Kelly.
Exactly.
Hey, breaking news, earthquake leaves Haiti in ruins.
Oh, we knew that.
No, I know, but...
Thanks, guys. Punching out.
Let me say that again. Haiti in ruins.
Yeah, I know. It's,
Doesn't it take like a week to just rebuild everything?
Yeah, they're not really known for their,
And then someone was
great
quoted
buildings.
saying the world is coming to an end.
Oh, yeah, is that the first thing?
Somebody in Haiti.
2012?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Poor Haiti. Dan in North Carolina with a pushing story.
Hey.
Dan?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, what happened in Haiti? What? 4 thatch huts fell?
What's that?
In Haiti. You said Haiti.
We heard you.
What they do? 4 thatch huts fell down?
Dude, your phone is crapping up. I heard 4.
Thatch huts.
We got it.
Yeah. Okay. The story I had a few years back here in North Carolina near Boone, there was a family supposedly taking pictures of their aunt. And
did she live in a thatch hut?
Yeah, I don't think so.
See how that hurts?
Could be, though. There was kind of a hillbilly family, but the story in the paper came out first that they had told her to back up, and she stepped off the side of the mountain there in near Boone. But they investigated and found out that she was pushed. I don't know how they figured that one out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But, related to the other story, you're talking about the jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
We had a guy just this week. I don't think it was intentional, but fell from the 39th floor of a building in Charlotte, trying to jump from one balcony to the next.
Yeah, it happens every so often.
I think the words "Hey, y'all, watch this" was uttered before he stepped out. But
you see,
anyway, guys, love the show.
39. What an asshole.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a long way down.
All right, well,
the closest, for going back to the other caller, the closest I ever came to hitting a girl, it was completely unintentional. It was years ago. I was trying to lead a drunk woman out of the bar. And as we were both walking, she got tipsy and fell right as I was leading her toward the jukebox and hit her knees, and her face smashed right into the jukebox with my hand right on her neck. It looked like
you just shoved her.
I threw her face first into the jukebox.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it was fantastically funny.
Would have been great if Happy Days just started playing a little Fonzie moment.
Fonz just goes, hey, that's the way to do it. And then he just hurls girls' faces into the jukebox.
Yeah, and then he fingers Jenny Piccolo's ass and pulls out a Lee press-on nail.
How disappointing was it when we finally saw Jenny Piccolo?
Oh, she was awful.
Oh, she was horrendous.
She's like a 5.
Tops. We go to break with this. Stay there. At least I got my coat hook after a lot of red tape.
You did. That is one technical-looking coat hook.
Anybody else want to hang their coat on my coat hook?
Oh, no.
About 2 weeks ago, no, I don't even remember. I think it was before break. I go, hey, Marge, my coat just lays around on the floor and shit. I kind of want to hang it somewhere near me because I got stuff in my pockets and basic shit, right, Ant?
Yeah, you want to hang on the floor.
You want to hang your coat on my coat hanger?
You know what? I'm a coat on the back of the chair guy because the hood acts like a little lumbar,
which is nice.
Very nice. I like it.
I couldn't do that though for some reason.
And then I could just dig into my pockets.
Yeah,
if need be.
Yeah, I needed a coat hook. And I thought it was easy as, like, I don't know, fucking going
1, 2, 3.
Go to
Pie.
Go to Target, get a fucking coat
Easy
hook.
Japanesey.
And just, fucking drill it into the wall. This thing was a major issue for SiriusXM.
Yeah.
Major.
Why
First
the big
they said
expense?
no. I was watching the emails going back and forth. They had to get approval from this person. This person was and then this guy had and then he had and then he moved it to this guy who had to sign off, and then this guy, and then finally,
yeah, they didn't want to put
almost
hole
a month
in the wall,
later,
and then...
I got a nice coat hook.
There it is.
No joke. It should have been easy as, okay, no problem, and something was here the next day.
There should have been a coat hook.
Corporate America just amazes me in general. I'm not even trashing the company. I'm just saying corporate America in general. It's just amazing.
Yep.
It's just a stupid coat hook. Is Mars around to explain the process that it took to get the coat hook?
What's worse, the process that it took to get the coat hook, or Mars explaining the process?
Well, he's always good on radio.
No, Mars is terrific on the radio, and you really got to get on Team Mars.
Here he comes.
Mars. Now,
good morning, gentlemen.
Now,
good morning, Mars.
I know you want to protect your own job around here, so I understand that. But Anthony and I are asking you to just explain what it took to get this fine coat hook behind me.
Well, after it took a little bit because what they had a problem with is cutting through the soundproofing material. So that needed approval.
Now, what needed to be cut through if there's just 2 screws going into the wall?
That was their whole...
And what could that possibly do as far as a broadcast goes?
Yeah.
Well, they were concerned...
One little hole in this beige piece of crap?
Well, everybody was trying to cover their ass because they were thinking that making holes in that soundproof material was going to deteriorate the audio quality in here, so that guy wanted to take care of himself. So then they passed it along to someone else, and someone didn't want to really give the okay, so they passed it along to someone else.
Not putting in a vault. It's like we're putting up a coat.
Why does everything have to be over what?
Overanalyzed, overthought,
overdouched. Overdouched is a perfect way. Perfect way to explain that. What are you talking about? So one little hole could fuck up the sound of our broadcast?
Well, that was one particular department's take on it.
Jimmy blows his nose into the mic. What? I mean,
exactly.
Do they understand what we do with our time here?
Yeah.
We fart into these mics. Who cares if there's a little hole in this soundproofing material?
No. Jeopardize the acoustic integrity.
When did I ask for this book for real?
For real was definitely before the Christmas vacation. It was
easily
probably
a
early
month
December.
Ago. Early December. Now, mid-January we got it, which is nice, and I thank the company for that. Sure.
Well, I had other people listening right now, and as I'm walking out of the shop, they're saying they shouldn't be cutting through that fucking material and all this and all that.
Are you kidding me?
But that's okay. So it's just another worker.
Well, they act like you're trying to put in some kind of like a football display case or something.
What it really is,
Ship, shut the fuck up.
You think Ship gives bad examples?
Yes. Always.
What I think it really is that we're asking for things other people don't ask for. So they go, oh, we've never done that before.
Well, let's see how many people are listening to their fucking show.
Understood.
Enough already. It's a stupid coat hanger. Coat hook. Not hanger, coat hook.
There's not even a whole cut in the acoustic material.
What'd you say, whole cunt? What?
Yeah, a whole cunt. No, there's not a whole cut in the acoustic. It's 2 screws. What? It's screws.
Well, that's what they came up with at first. That was their initial reaction, not to cut the material.
How many emails would you say safely? How many back and forths?
Yeah.
We're asking you.
Right.
You're not trashing anybody. We're just getting facts from you, Mars.
About 5 or 6 emails.
Jimmy just threw his phone down.
I actually now hear your Opie's voice, though, echoing off of the coat hook.
That could be a problem.
Yeah, it's echoing off of it.
They put a hole in the stuff for the fire alarm.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
No, they didn't disturb the fire. Right, that's what I
What's the
brought up
difference?
to them.
And what about this giant hole where the outlet is sticking
Look,
out of?
fuck that. What about that I-beam that's coming through the wall for no
That's a
fucking
huge
reason
hole through the soundproofing.
whatsoever?
What are they talking about?
Yeah, that's your coat.
I thought about that, actually. Hanging something off there.
Yeah, and there's a hung ceiling in this place. It's
What
not
are they
like
talking
it's
about?
acoustically sound.
Look, we have the easiest jobs in America, and for some reason, people want to make it complicated. I just will never understand.
Pleasantries.
These are just pleasantries to help everybody around here. We don't have to overthink everything. Just go with it, man. Go with it. The spirit of radio, man. But it's here and it looks terrific. Did you guys argue over which one you had to buy and all that? Because this looks very industrial too.
Yeah.
No, but actually we were. I asked for him to put it on the other side, so it would clear your head. You wouldn't fuck yourself up. And it wound up on that side, so I don't know why.
I think it's good there, though.
That would have been a perfect spot, by the way.
No.
But you said there.
Dude, that would have been. You would have been picking that up as moron after moron passes and knocks it off the hook.
Okay.
That's behind you. It's secure.
Well, I want to thank the company for getting my my coat hook. And I can hang 2 coats off this, so if anybody else wants to hang their coat, just let me know.
Okay. Oh, goddamn.
What?
Oh, it's you got 2. That's perfect. Except for a coat and a hat.
And Cosmo Radio was talking about us, but now we got to wait to get permission to play their audio or something.
Oh.
Just let us play whatever audio we want. I don't care if another channel plays our audio. Who cares? You want to take what we do and do something with it? Go for it.
Go.
But if another channel is going to talk about us, we should be able to play the audio immediately. Just makes for good radio.
Exactly.
I want to know what they were saying.
No, I think a few corporate emails should go around, and some people should have to talk meeting, maybe.
We have to get permission from the guy who's in charge of Cosmo Radio. Is he the same guy that we trashed his sweater and trumpeter thing?
Yes, this is the same guy who said, no way you can't have the big studio for the homeless talent show.
And
then, which we got.
Yeah.
Did we trash his sweater show?
Yeah, you really did.
What was it again? The Christmas sweater show?
It was a Christmas sweater fashion show.
With trumpeteers?
With trumpeteers. It was something they promoted for months, and within one day, you completely...
Hey, it's something they wanted to do, and, I feel bad that we did that, but we had to have that venue.
Even with the homeless in there, our show stunk less than theirs would have with that trumpeter happening.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not saying they do a bad show. Nobody wants to hear trumpetering.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
their show may be very good.
Fuck, is this a great
trumpeteering is never good.
There's a great idea on the line. John in Bayville says Opie should walk in one day and start hammering nails in the walls. Mars, could you give me some nails and a hammer for tomorrow's show?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Fucking Mars, you crazy.
Watch him get electrocuted as you put a fucking nail through a 220 line.
Yeah, a lot of people would enjoy that, I'm sure.
Great.
So what were they saying on Cosmo Radio?
Something about Kenny?
Yeah, well, they saw Opie and Kenny walking. I guess they see him walking a lot because their studio is kind of near where the
Connected
Opie
at
goes.
the hip. You do.
But they describe Kenny as being Opie's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Kenny walks when Jimmy's around and when Anthony rarely walks around the place. But Kenny just walks with us because we talk to him.
No, they said he's your bodyguard, and that
protecting me from what around here?
Well, that's what they said. They were surprised because this was such a secure area that you would need a bodyguard. One of the girls said that they wanted a bodyguard like Kenny, but then the rest of the show pointed out and had a good laugh at how poorly a job of guarding a body Kenny must do.
Wow.
As he's so slow and lurch-like that he certainly couldn't protect anyone from attack.
Like a lumbering beast, like a zombie. You could just run away from him.
Like a moronic zombie.
Oh, a moron zombie.
Like a stupid, big, know-nothing.
A galoot.
Yeah.
A big galoot.
A hulking nothing.
Just a mass of waste of space.
Uselessness.
Yeah.
Just a pile of meat with eyes.
Yeah.
Over 6 feet of idiocy.
Yeah.
Kenny, would you like to respond
Now, Kenny, this is your forte. You take this seriously because you are a security man.
I will give my life for you guys.
See?
Just like the bodyguard.
It's like the Secret Service, only stupid.
It's funny that you say Secret Service because you know how Kenny has the radio monitor in his ear. So, so he can hear what's going on the show.
Yep.
They mocked that and said he has an earpiece in his ear. It's surely just a regular radio that he wears to try to look important.
Oh, Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
And then
does this
also
make you feel bad?
The slow and oafish and stupid stuff.
Oafish is a good word.
Oh.
Did they use oafish, or are you just pumping it up a little bit?
Somebody might have written it.
Wow. Now, this is something that I don't agree with at all. I think Kenny is very proficient in helping everybody out, protection. I feel very secure when I'm with Kenny.
Proficiency is different than intelligence.
Exactly. You don't have to be smart to be good at, you know, you have what is called instincts.
Right, common sense.
Yeah, well, slow down.
Well.
Instincts. Like, if there's something going on, Kenny can sense it. Like shenanigans. If he could look around. But then again, so could a big, dumb animal.
That's true.
You know, even a zebra at a watering hole knows when the lions are around. They poke their head up, but they are just stupid animals.
Yeah, no.
So you're like a zebra.
I don't got stripes, but I am dumb.
You're a lot more to us than that. You're a lot more than a blithering lummox.
Yes.
They also, I guess their office is near Ron and Fez's office upstairs.
Oh, really?
And the guy said, there's some weirdo in the office next to us who some days he wears a full toupee and some days not.
Oh, no.
They don't even know it's a bit.
No, they said
they have no idea it's a bit.
They said they don't know why he's doing it unless it's for something.
Why would they know what good radio is?
They thought maybe he's got 4 months left to live.
Those people are bad neighbors.
Yeah. Everybody else is neighborly. I'm surprised.
Ladies and
even
gentlemen,
Shane-
Troy Kwan running down the hall. This could be some breaking news.
Oh, here we go.
This is the audio?
Yeah.
We got permission?
Yep.
Thank you, Craig Schwab, who we used to work with.
Thank you.
Remember Craig?
We even get along with Shade 45.
We get along with everybody. Out Q.
No,
the
not
Martha
everybody.
Stewart chicks.
Grumpy old man that has to take a dump every time I'm
we
in
don't
there.
get along.
He's
No, there's always exceptions, but for the most part, the engineers.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to hear this Cosmo Radio thing?
I am so ready.
Wait a second. So, Opie has a bodyguard?
He's not a bodyguard.
There's no context to it either. They obviously just saw you walking by, and out of nowhere, they were talking about people who work here. And then
I like this chick's voice, by the way. I've heard her before.
That's raspy kind
I
of.
like that raspy voice.
I just
I'll be
woke
honest with
up.
you. I like that voice. What does she look like, Kenny?
I wouldn't know these people if I tripped over them. They're bad neighbors.
Kenny. Yeah, that's that raspy kind of fucking.
I heard her before.
Like
I kind of
morning
like her
voice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Need
Right
some
after.
of my throat yogurt.
okay.
Kenny, you want to go on their show and explain what you do for us? Because they're a little confused.
I think them. You want to hear Club Soda Kenny? You hear him exclusively on the Opie and Anthony show.
All right, I like those. See the loyalty's there. He's like a big dumb dog. Sam, he's very loyal.
Can you bring him in there though? That would be kind of fun.
Oh God! I mean, look at poor Sam.
Physically, I've
heard this girl. I think she'll play along with us. I really do.
I think
is she the one that had the sweater thing going on?
Yes. This is, I think, the same girl who was very upset when we went down to their studio last time.
Wait a second. So, Opie has a bodyguard?
He's not a bodyguard.
I think he is. He wears like a weird.
Yeah, like he's like in the.
It must be like a radio
Secret
that he's
Service.
listening to.
Yeah, he might be a driver or something. I'm not.
Then why is he with them all the time?
No, I think
Driver
it's like
stays in car.
Yeah, I think it's like a regular radio that he's just listening to. It's like a transistor radio that he's making himself look important by having.
Is that
it
what
in
he
his
is?
ear.
He looks like Secret Service for real. Huge Secret Service.
He's definitely not secret.
Bell Tower
Except he's
Secret Service.
not.
I want a bodyguard.
Hello.
I
You
want
want
to fire
that
him.
bodyguard?
You firing me?
Yeah, I think I want him. Can I borrow him from Opie? Do you think he would let me borrow his bodyguard for the
Get
day?
that chick in here.
Yeah, now we got it open. Now we got an open invitation to go in there because she asked a question. So, Kenny, we're certainly going to give you up to the Cosmo Radio broad.
You could be her bodyguard.
Yeah, but we got to do it on our turf.
It's like,
so I'm protected.
It's like the movie Bodyguard.
Yeah.
You could sweep her off her feet.
It's true.
I don't want to try. I like this this broad. I don't know much about her. I've heard her show a few times.
Yeah, but get her in here. I'm scared to go in there.
See what she looks like. So, can someone see what she looks like?
Snap a picture.
Snap a pic.
Get a pic.
Get a pic.
Do they have any pictures on the website?
Oh, that's a good point.
Wake up with Taylor.
What?
For the day.
I think they changed.
You don't want that bodyguard.
I have lots to do today. I could use some assistance. He could probably carry me around his shoulders all day.
That
too.
guy
I
walks
save money on
around.
cabs.
He walks around
He would.
so slow. I think even if you were accosted by the crazy man this morning,
Slow
that guy
moving.
wouldn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
said.
slow moving. Yeah. No.
What am I rushing
I'm
for?
not
I
trying-
got 4 hours to kill around here.
Exactly. Where are you running to?
Yeah, what am I rushing for?
Why would unless something's going on?
I don't get the whole slow moving thing.
Unless there's a code blue. What is he? Should he be running back
Dude.
and forth everywhere?
Look, man, we take our breaks. I usually find Kenny and we just talk.
Yeah, we exchange pleasantries.
Yeah, we just kill.
course.
All we're
Which-
doing is killing a little time in between breaks.
Which is which? There, Dan.
Well, the show's called Wake Up with Taylor,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that this broad here on
yeah.
the left is Taylor.
It's
They're both
Taylor.
fantastic.
And then
I don't know who that is. I've never seen these broads either, so I don't know. I couldn't.
I
tell
haven't
you.
seen her walk in the hallways or anything.
Yeah.
I think they
But
go upstairs.
Can you go down that picture a little bit?
Uh-oh.
I don't mean sideways. I just mean go up, and then just scroll down.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but make it bigger.
I'd give either one of them a
now
smooch.
scroll
already.
down. Okay. I just want to see a little. I see an arch there.
Yeah, she's
All
got
right.
something going on.
There's some. Is she the one with the raspy voice, the
Dude,
Demi
you know
Moore
what?
voice?
You know what? She's all right, man.
I ain't gonna.
Most
I ain't
women in
gonna
broadcasting are pigs.
complain. I ain't gonna complain about that.
But this one is all right. She's a looker. There's not many lookers in broadcasting.
It's all right.
Right?
Get her in here.
What do you want to do to her, guys?
I think we should get her in here and talk.
Talk it out?
Well, but I think we should sit fucking Kenny in the corner with a hat with a propeller on it. and make him hold like a spirally lollipop while we interview her.
Can we just do that?
Or a sideways police hat and an ice cream cone, like he's lost.
Any more images? Those are two really good ones.
Poor little Kenny.
Yeah.
I was.
I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm saying he moves around very
I'm protecting
slowly.
you,
He is
friend.
protecting you. He's protecting
I
you.
know, but I don't mean anything other than he moves very slowly, like a big lurch.
Right, I knew that.
Yes.
And
He's just a
I don't
slow-moving
think
guy. It's got to be hard to move all that weight around.
I don't think
He's
he
not
would
that
have been able
big.
to
He's like a tree.
help
Lord
you.
of the Rings.
You don't think he'd be able to help me?
I don't think he's a very effective bodyguard. No.
Yeah.
Leave her alone.
Right. Exactly.
By the time he finishes his sentence, the guy's like pummeling me.
Yeah, it's the Chris Harrison bodyguard.
Boring.
Leave her
Boring.
alone.
Does Howard Stern have bodyguards?
He has security.
Same thing, right?
He's got Ronnie, his limo driver, and stuff.
I mean,
Ronnie,
that's
that's it.
I've never seen Ronnie. Is he a big guy?
No,
You know Ronnie.
No, I don't. I know of him. I don't know him. Well, I saw one picture one time because of something that we can't talk about, but that's all.
Oh yeah. Well, no, but they, there's like secret entrances and stuff. He just bounces in and out. There's security all over the place. I don't necessarily.
But I'm
think-
saying that's like cool. Like he doesn't need he's Howard Stern, and he doesn't even have a bodyguard.
No.
I mean, he's protected. It's not like he's like out in the open a lot.
He has a security team that works here.
And probably one that works in his building. And that's probably the end of it, right? Like he doesn't have like a bodyguard with him when he goes out to restaurants with Beth.
No, that would be
Wow.
Ronnie.
The banality of this conversation is mind-boggling.
He doesn't have a bodyguard because he has a labyrinth.
A labyrinth.
Sirius XM gave him a labyrinth to get in and out of this place. We've been here 9 months, I think, right? In this building.
9 glorious months, Ope.
Glorious, Jimmy. Glorious. And we haven't seen him once. Not a once. He's got a labyrinth. We don't even know how he gets in and out at this point. No clue.
Ronnie does. I would assume that if something were to go down or something.
Yeah, but Ronnie's not like sitting in the booth with them, or is he?
No.
No, you mean the radio booth? What do you
I mean, like a booth in a restaurant. Sorry,
No,
that was
no,
totally
no.
unexplained.
Oh, like
I knew
no, I don't think no.
No, he lives he's a regular.
But this guy follows Opie around in the studio, in the hallways of Sirius, which we're completely protected because we have security everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy does. He just stands around and just kind of like mopes and walks. Eats breakfast every day.
I want a mopa. I'm jealous. I want to get me one of those.
Be patient.
I want a broken bag, and I want him.
No, neither of those guys had mopers around them when they were, they were youngins. You don't just get security right away. You gotta.
Too much too soon, Kenny?
Something bad's gotta happen.
Something bad did happen today.
Yeah.
I got a little bit scared.
Wake up with Taylor. This is Cosmo
She laughs
Radio.
she laughs like Janis Joplin at the end of Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
A little scratchy laugh.
I like that scratchy voice of hers.
scratchy voice.
Is that her?
That's Taylor.
Yeah. That's a different one than the ones you were showing us.
They're all
no?
hot.
No, it's the same
chick.
Same chick.
Is that really her?
Yeah, I mean,
The other
if-
picture,
if
she had
Taylor
blonde
is,
hair, no?
If Taylor's the
No.
Demi Moore sounding one.
Wow. They're really giving you a beating.
Whoa, what's with that booty?
Booty. You want
Yeah, I
to
don't
take
know
that
what
ass
you
there?
I knew she had
Kenny.
something going on.
What do you think, Kenny? It's about you.
No, let them judge me. All right? That'll be the last thought that goes through their head once I rip their arms off and beat them to death with them.
Kenny,
That's not
why
nice.
would you even suggest doing something like that? You can take criticism.
I know, but I just love violence also.
I say, let he or she without sin cast the first stone.
I don't know what that means.
See, they're criticizing you and stuff, and meanwhile, I'm sure they're not perfect people.
Well, it's more of an accurate example with him would be let he or she without extra chromosome cast the first stone.
It's a perfect. What's going on around?
That's when she looks like she burnt her mustache off with some Nair.
Is that what happened?
Well, it says Taylor's Nair disaster.
Jesus.
And she's got some redness on the sides of her
God.
of her mouth. There,
Yeah.
so.
What, you have a handlebar?
Yeah. Wow.
She's rocking the Steve C, it looks like.
Yes. I get stretch marks on my mouth that are red like that from other things.
Those cool eyes. I mean,
Let's get
She looks nuts.
let's
she
get
does
Kenny
look
on
crazy. I like
Cosmo
that.
Radio.
What a kook.
you know me and crazy chicks.
Why don't you guys try to get on Cosmo Radio?
All right.
Hey, did anyone see American Idol, by the way? As we
I did.
Switch subjects. Is it the same old shit?
Of course
Well, I
it
mean,
is.
it's the same format, but
Where they
it's
make believe
stinks.
these guys...
There's no Paula, though.
Well, the bad auditions where they make believe they were caught off guard. Are they
Yeah.
doing that again this year?
Yeah, well, yeah.
It was fun the first year because you didn't know what it was about yet, but then year after year, it's like, all right, you're going to show us the bad auditions.
They had some bad ones and some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bad ones with it.
What is she doing?
She's showing how she burnt her skin using Nair to get rid of her mustache. She has a mustache? You know what that means?
I guess if you're using Nair on your upper lip.
You know what that means, though?
A lot of hair.
Nice.
Yeah. Oof.
Nice.
Keeps all that smelling.
Big. I like it.
I like a girl with a little bit of a mustache. She eats like sardines or something. You can taste it when you kiss her. It's nice. My mother has one. It's
Actually
cute.
makes a little sense, though.
Sure it does.
Any more?
Yeah, there's probably some stuff.
Let's see. I'm a little fixated on her right now. Even the bad pictures are kind of funny. You know.
They have a lot of photo galleries I got to try and plow through.
What is she doing there with a mustache?
Exactly.
She's got a little mustache there.
Can we see it?
Were they goofing on her?
Yeah, obviously that's.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, because now I could see some. Let me see if you can get her arms out of the way of there. Okay. What is she doing?
I don't know.
Looking like Gallagher.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what to do with this Cosmo Radio. Maybe.
I want to go look at it. Where's their studio?
Well, we can take a break. You can walk by, then we can maybe. You want to go over the American Idol audio this year, Ant?
Is it any good? Is it
Everybody's
any bad?
talking about it.
Is it worth going over? Over?
No one is talking about American Idol this year.
And I want to talk about the Avatar thing. People getting depressed over
Yes.
Avatar.
Why?
Well, we'll explain why after the break, Anthony.
Nice
Got to keep people tuned in.
Nice.
You guys take a look at Cosmo Radio. Try to get Kenny on the air, please.
Okay.
To confront them. And then we'll take a break and we'll continue. That's what we'll do today.
Right. Lumbering Kenny. Yeah, we were talking about the earthquake.
What about it?
Oh, some people's is asking if we talked about it.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. It sucks.
It's pretty bad down there in Haiti. Port-au-Prince, the capital's pretty much just destroyed. The royal, or whatever it is, the big palace there that they have all their bigwigs in, gone.
Really?
Yeah. And I think, the UN ambassador got smashed?
Really?
Or something? Oopsie. How do they judge something? They said it's the worst earthquake in 200 years. How do they judge that? It might have been, I guess, on the Richter scale, could be worse. But then on the scale
as far
of
as damage
damage
and human life goes,
like what was going on 200 years ago in Haiti?
Yeah,
probably wasn't much different. To tell you the truth, I went to Haiti once.
You didn't go to Haiti?
Yeah, Dad.
When?
On a cruise ship.
Is there a safe part of Haiti?
It's one little part.
I'm not even
Royal
kidding.
Caribbean bought.
And it's safe? Because I go to Turks and Caicos a lot, and man, they can't wait to get off that freaking island. And they're always dying trying to get to Turks and Caicos.
It's as safe as it could be, I guess. But it's, you don't see anything really. They just keep you on the beach.
Right.
But it wasn't nice. It was probably the worst place I've ever been on vacation in the Caribbean.
And that's the nice part of Haiti.
Yeah, and I've been to Colombia, so that was really bad.
Are you a drug lord?
I try to be. So.
They're worried about a coat hook, but I got to eat on the air because I'm starving. I hope this doesn't affect the sound.
It's the Virus Morning Breakfast Show.
That's right.
Breakfast.
Well, we got we named that.
Someone put our heads on bodies of people dressed as bacon and eggs, by the way. I saw that.
That's very
That
good.
was funny, whoever did that. Thank you. We were dressed as bacon and eggs.
We got lots going on. We got Kenny going on Cosmo Radio in a little while.
Because what he should have said was, honey, she's like your twin.
See, we're all hooked up. So we get to hear Kenny on Cosmo Radio. Sam, you going to do it too?
Yeah.
You and Kenny?
Yeah, me and Kenny are going
Get to the bottom of the whole bodyguard thing?
Yeah.
And also I'm finding out, Anthony, that we got two guys in studio that enjoy American Idol.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sam and Danny.
Yeah.
Danny, I'm surprised at you.
Danny, I am really surprised at.
Sam watches all this
Although
bullshit.
Danny's a musical guy.
No, I mean, you know what it is? If I'm going to watch Idol, I'll watch just the auditions. Like, once it actually becomes a real competition, I could care less. And usually, in the past, I mean, the auditions have, held me. But unfortunately, last night, I was held up until, the first 10 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I really just don't care about this.
I can't.
Yeah.
My drop-off as far as American Idol goes is epic. I was actually into the show, and then last year, I don't even really know the first thing about Adam Lambert.
2 years, it's been.
It's been 2 years
I
for
have
you?
not even.
But I
paid
would watch the
my
auditions
iota.
and watch these guys just making fools of themselves.
I think the only season I actually watched, through was with the salt and pepper hair guy.
Oh, Taylor Hicks.
Yeah, Taylor Hicks, yeah. I don't know, I wanted to see him win for some reason. And so I got into it and watched the whole thing. But that was the only time I ever watched it. As far as, the competition part.
Yeah, the whole thing.
And then,
Yeah, well,
why is it that the guy that's supposed to win never wins, by the way?
Because
That is so weird. I'm for real.
No, it's easy.
Chris Daughtry doesn't win the whole thing? Are you kidding me?
Strictly business.
Who won Chris
Then they get
Daughtry's
two
year?
winners. They get two winners. They get the guy that should have been the winner, and then the guy that actually has the title, and now they can make twice the money.
Adam Lambert's going to sell CDs regardless if he wins or not. Chris Allen, on the other hand, if he comes in second, is not going to sell.
Did he win, Chris Allen?
Chris Allen won last year.
Has he had a song out?
He has a song out now.
Is it good?
I mean, it's kind of a typical American Idol
No, is it
song.
good as far as... Okay. That's
Who was the fruit and the fat black guy? What year was that?
That was season 2.
Yeah.
Aiken and Ruben Studdard.
Yeah. See, Ruben Studdard won that.
Yes.
But Aiken was very successful financially with
And I
his
think-
record sales.
I think they were trying to do it as far back as season 1 when Justin Guarini came in second place.
Wow.
Because he had Justin Timberlake hair, and they thought he could pull it off.
Of course they did.
Justin Guarini.
Justin Guarini.
He was the curly-haired dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is he the one that fuck? They said fuck Paula Abdul or no? That was
No,
the guy?
that was
another
different guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hey, we got to go back to Haiti for a second. Dave in Texas went on a cruise ship to Haiti, and his experience was
Cruise ship to Haiti?
Yeah, well, Anthony
Yeah.
did too.
Did you?
Yeah, there was a stop there.
Does it have fucking oars?
It was terrible. No, the cruise ship was great, but it stopped everywhere, and then on the way back, they stopped at Haiti.
Right.
And I was just like, why am I in Haiti?
Did you hate it?
Hated it.
Oh my God. It's actually funny. David in Texas has a good story. Go ahead, David.
Good evening.
Hey, David.
Hey, oh God, but it had to have been about 10 years ago. We took a cruise ship on Carnival to Haiti, and my dad and I wanted to go play golf. So they send us off, and they take us to the golf course, and we get ready. And they said, "This is Raul." Like, oh shit. And Raul comes up, and he's got an AK-47 in his hand, and he comes up and says, "I will protect you." And we're sitting there like, oh, shit. So all the way around the golf course, Raul follows us to make sure that some, poverty-stricken Haitian doesn't come out and slash our throats.
Haitian.
Haitian.
You know what? I think that's a great...
I'm glad that place blew up in an earthquake.
But, David, come on. That's a great experience and a great story. I would love that story.
I love
A guy
it.
following you around as you're playing golf in an AK-47?
The AK.
Would you like that, Ant?
He would
No.
even
No,
walk
I carry
out
my own
into,
AK.
into the
I don't need a
he would
caddy.
walk out into the fairway so that we would end up like hitting our golf balls near him. I'm scared to death if I hit him, he'd turn around and shoot my ass.
No. Did you tip him well?
Dad was paying. I don't fucking know.
Tip like a buck, and they fucking freak out.
Yeah, of course they
Oh,
do.
there were
$1 million
people-
over there.
That's a lot of money for them.
There was ladies like living under shanties, just holding up like 5 golf balls, just yelling, "You need some help."
Were there?
Oh, it's awful. It was just awful.
Were they?
Yeah. All right, thanks, boys. Punching out.
Let's go to Michelle in Mississippi. Michelle?
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
I don't like the voice.
What happened?
I don't like the voice. It's my new thing. If I don't like your voice, I gotta hang up on you. I'm
That's
sorry.
mean.
Hey, American Idol. So let's roll through this. Let's see if we could roll through some of this audio, Ant.
I brought in my highlights of the night.
Well, thank God for that, Sam.
So it's the things that Sam liked, that Sam found interesting.
The ones that held my interest. I only tuned in for the first 120 minutes. The whole show. Just 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sam.
I was like, what?
You want to start a new bit? How many days we could go without a young wrestler dying tragically? How many days were we up
what
to?
happened?
2?
Well, I guess Ludwig Borga died over the weekend, so it depends on whether it was Saturday or Sunday.
Mhm.
But it's already Wednesday.
I say another young, talented wrestler dies tragically within the next 100 years. 100 days. 100 days.
Wow. 100 days from today or from Ludwig Borga?
From Ludwig.
Okay, so
Ludwig.
How many days are we up to? 3?
yeah, so like 97 days.
97 days to go?
So like within the next.
You think we could clear 100 days without...
I don't know, 3 months. That's 3
And you
months.
think we could clear 100 days without a young wrestler dying tragically?
No, because there'll be some obscure wrestler or something. It'll make the wrestling websites and stuff.
Like Ludwig Borga?
Exactly.
Oh, my God. Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Hey,
Oh, you're from Mississippi.
Hi.
We liked you. What happened to your phone?
I don't know, dear. It just got cut off. But anyway, it's great time.
Oh.
Let's start with this clip from American Idol last night.
Energetic.
Andrew shows up for his audition. He was tired of waiting. What was his thing?
Well, he was the creepy guy. He had glasses. He looked kind of like a hipster. But they started teasing from the beginning of the show that he was the one guy in the room who was tired of waiting. And guess what? He's the one that had to wait just about longer than anyone.
Ah, wow. See, that figures.
Yeah.
Fake.
Andrew, and why are you here, Andrew?
I'm here auditioning for American Idol. Should be fairly obvious at
Right.
this point.
Okay.
Also, like waiting around.
Okay. I think you know why I was asking the question. What brought you here to audition?
What brought me here to audition? I don't think it's that interesting of a question, actually, but
Andrew,
I think...
Andrew,
Yes.
I'm going to just warn you now. If you want to
Okay.
carry on being a smartass, you can leave the room.
Oh, I'm not being a smart.
So either answer the questions.
Okay.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Like Simon's not in on the gag?
Throw
This
you
is
the
a gag.
fuck
They're doing a
out.
bit.
It's a very big season for Simon.
It's his last season.
For the X Factor. And is Paula Abdul coming on to the X Factor? That's the rumor.
Get out.
What do you mean?
No, just get out.
Oh, do I hate that.
Get out.
Mr. fucking E Entertainment.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
We should get Andy Levy in here. He's outside the studio from Red Eye.
Yes.
Andy can help us, hopefully, with this. You grab another mic over there, Sam.
You got it.
Andy loves American Idol.
Andy, I hear you love American Idol. Thank God.
Oh,
Because we
yeah.
need help with this segment.
I've never seen American Idol.
For real? Not a one?
Good for
Not
you,
a one.
man. Good for you.
Not a one.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Answer the questions.
Okay.
Or leave.
Okay, no, I'll answer the questions. I'm going to answer your questions. I'm sorry, first of all.
Okay, what are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing House of the Rising Sun. You know that song?
Oh.
I'm just... Okay. All right,
Andrew,
sorry.
you are really pushing this.
No, all right.
Is
I'm
he
just
really?
gonna sing it.
Simon?
Sorry. I didn't mean to push any buttons. All right. Okay. Here we go. There is a house in New Orleans. It's called the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor.
I predict he gets cut off real
She
soon.
sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans.
When did Jamie Farr hit the gong?
You didn't like that, Ant?
No. That was really bad.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty.
Well, I can only imagine what
Simon has to say.
Simon.
Are you angry?
Am I
You
angry?
seem very on edge. Tell us, what happened?
What happened? I just am on edge from waiting all day, honestly.
So what?
Just from waiting. It's just...
Well, you know, the thing is, you want to be in the music business, but you don't want to wait to get into American Idol. That, to me, seems to be a problem. And,
that's a
you know,
good
for you
point.
to have a bad attitude about
No,
that
I don't
kind
have
of
a bad
pisses me
attitude.
off.
I think you're reading it too
actually.
far.
No, I'm not reading it too far. Because you just told me that you were a little bit annoyed that you had to wait
Very
3
annoyed.
hours to come in here and get your shot, when there are people that would wait years to do so. So I am now angry at you, who I don't like at all.
She annoyed me.
Jimmy?
I honestly thought Simon was genuinely annoyed because I watched this clip last night. I thought he was actually genuinely annoyed at the guy being a snotty little twat.
Yeah.
She was kind of annoying though. She was like, "It's like, all right, we get it. You're the gal that doesn't take guff." B and a bunch of O's after it.
Hey, guys, Michelle's calling back from Mississippi. Michelle.
Hi, guys.
Hi, what do you got
Hi,
for the show,
Michelle.
Michelle?
Well, we were just talking about the American Idol thing the other day about the talent. I mean, the only three that you really hear from these days is Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Chris Daughtry. And with the exception of Carrie Underwood, Kelly and Chris were both back, way back there.
Well, you raise a good point because when his European tour didn't go the way they thought, the routing had to get switched.
Yeah. So.
And your point about Kelly Clarkson is excellent because there was that whole one issue with the tax.
Yeah,
and people weren't sure exactly what the whole thing
What
was.
the thing was about
without it.
Without the.
Yeah, you know about that, Michelle?
Yeah.
What was that again?
What was that?
Yeah, because we're trying to remember.
No, I was just talking about the talent, guys. I mean, you guys are great. But
No, we agree with what you said. The talent,
Yeah.
you're right about what you were saying about them.
Yeah, well,
Right.
it's just the show has been going on for like how many years now?
And they only hear from 3 people, really.
Right.
Who are the 3 people you hear from?
Yeah.
Which 3 again?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Chris Daughtry. Well, y'all just like the way I talk? Or
No, but your point about Ruben Studdard becoming a circus elephant, is that true?
Yeah, I've heard it. Actually, I think he was at the circus the last time we went.
Oh, Mrs. Chip.
It's Miss Chippison.
Miss C. Ruben Studdard lived in the same building as a good friend of mine in L.A., and we would see him all the time in his big, it was like a big red Hummer, and he would just drive. There was a KFC like half a block away on, I think it was on Wilshire, and he would just be constantly going there and coming back with huge buckets
Well,
of
come on, being from the South, he is from Alabama.
No, I know. It's
Come
just,
on.
you know, he's not svelte.
lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
His fucking heart is made of paraffin.
He's got to go get that chicken. I mean, he's from Alabama.
We understand, Miss, and there's another reason.
All right,
Chicken.
Miss-
guys, have a good day, guys.
Black.
All
We
right,
get it.
Mississippi.
Thank you. Andy Levy in studio. Thank God to help us out here. Hey, by the way, Kenny will be on Cosmo Radio at 9:10, but you don't have to change the dial because we're going to listen in right here.
Oh, good.
On the Opie and Anthony show, and they're very excited to meet him.
Thought it was too difficult for everybody and realized that maybe the
See, we got him right there. So when Kenny enters the studio, we'll pop them up and see what that's about, okay?
Great.
Now, let's just get through this clip, and then we'll move on. We don't have to play all the clips right now from American Idol last night.
Well, why are you doing this?
So
Why are
why
you
with
acting
all the
like
attitude? What's the problem?
No, there's no problem at all. I think that, I don't know why you guys, there's no problem.
You walked in very sulky, quite rude, very aggressive, and you've got very, very bad energy.
Oh, man.
You do.
I'm still getting that attitude.
All right. Yes or no?
Andrew, no. I'm sorry.
Victoria?
No.
Randy?
Wasn't good enough today, dog. No.
I would have
all
said
right.
yes.
You're kidding me.
I see you started to grow on me.
kidding. He's starting to grow.
You know, I had a feeling. I had a feeling that you and I
You know, we started off
guys
bad,
are
but
bonds.
kind of got to like each other.
bonding.
I'm
Oh, God. You know what?
Come on.
They were trying to go for a moment.
Yeah.
We talk about that on the show, going for that moment. He wasn't that bad. He was a little, like,
It was
a little ornery,
hokey.
but whatever. Not enough for them to just...
What, his attitude or his singing?
His attitude.
He was annoying, though. If you saw his dumb face, he
Oh,
really,
really?
yeah.
Maybe you need the visual, too.
I thought Simon was actually nicer to him. He was just kind of like cut it out.
Yeah.
It's just weird that there would be like a rude guy who wants to be in the music business.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that we're just discussing stupid American Idol and tens of thousands of people are dead in Haiti. And we're just like, yeah, how about that Simon Cowell?
That's America for you.
Yeah, we don't care.
What do you know on
Far
Haiti?
away.
Because it's all kind of happening as we're on the air here, Andy.
Yeah, last thing I saw before I left I was going to say house, and then I realized I live in a shoebox, was, I guess I know, right? The UN is pledging $10 million, which I'm sure that'll last about 45 minutes, is my guess. So, I don't know. It looks pretty bad. I guess Port-au-Prince got hit really bad.
Yeah, they're saying Ann said the worst earthquake in 200 years.
That's like 200 years.
When California got hit with a 7, didn't it? Or was it a 6 something? That big one in California.
Yeah, but,
But it's America. We build things a little...
Yeah, they build earthquake-proof buildings or resistant buildings.
We build a little stronger than what they're building in Haiti, I would assume.
It's pretty much the same if you've ever driven around in the Bahamas and things like that. That kind of architecture. The bricks with the fucking corrugated tin roofs, they fall down anyway. The second you just shake them a little bit, it's over. Yeah. Well, and of course, in this day and age, you get a lot of Twitters. People are there twittering and sending pictures. You get immediate stuff these days.
Well, immediate is...
I like the future.
I like fucking with Twitter. Andy was in on my...
That was fantastic.
I somehow, I didn't even talk about this on the air, when Rush Limbaugh had a heart attack, or whatever he had,
Yeah.
and was rushed to the hospital, I became an inside source so easily. My Twitter got pounded.
No.
Because I just said that I have inside info and this and that, but I kept it very vague. And then Andy started direct messaging me going, oh, dude, I want to comment so bad on this. I'm loving this. And then he was helping me out a little bit. He's like, yeah, say this. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll go with that.
He's like, my source is telling me that Rush. And I finally, after like the fourth one, I couldn't take it anymore, and I direct messaged him. I'm like, I'm guessing your source is sitting next to you, drunk off his ass.
My source.
And he's like, be quiet.
I'm like, don't ruin this, because I wasn't sure if he was with me or not.
And I'm watching friends of mine who are generally, and some of them are like serious tweeters, then they tweet news, and they're all retweeting everything he's saying. And I'm like,
Everything.
I don't want to say anything because I don't want to ruin the bit. So, like,
I was like, my source is saying that it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And they went with that.
Oh.
Because, you know, you do the hash marks and you check out the hot topic, so you can see everyone talking about Rush Limbaugh. And my shit was, no exaggeration, was being requoted and retweeted like just crazy.
my favorite was he said something about, my source tells me that there will be a statement at like 1 a.m. And then around 1:10, he's like, my source tells me they're waiting on someone to arrive.
Someone.
Funny.
Right. Yeah, it's been put off because they're waiting for someone to arrive. That's close to the situation. It was just all this vagary. But, the news conference nailed it, though. When I said there'll be a statement within the hour, that set Twitter on fire.
It's so easy to do. I mean, people will believe anything that you write down on there, especially if it gets retweeted and takes off like that.
Credentials
Are they going on? Steve,
What are they talking about?
Jesus,
Credentials. Steve?
What's going on? Are they going on now?
Yeah.
Well, someone's supposed to tell us. Are they going in right now?
They walked him in a few minutes ago.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's great, because we don't have the audio up.
Hey, let's talk.
Let's talk. Not in private. I don't want to be alone with you. That idea is very terrifying to me. I'm a little scared of you. I'm not going to lie.
She might have the cash. You saw the ring.
You're a very, yeah.
She might be ready for security.
I'm starting to think that it doesn't
like-
take that much cash to hire you.
Think again, honey.
You still can't answer my question.
All right, what
are
is
your
it? What-
credentials?
What are your
What
credentials?
qualifies you?
All right. Where should I begin? I'm a retired police officer,
Okay.
all right, with over 25 years of experience.
That's good, Tay.
All right.
That's good.
That is good.
Detective Sergeant was my rank when I retired.
That's pretty good. I watched Law and Order. I kind of know what you're talking about.
Aren't they two different things?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. It means I was a boss of the detectives
Okay.
in my squad. All right. And then I worked with some very famous comedians throughout the years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my most impressive client back in the day was a man called Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, I know that man.
Never heard of him.
I was with him 13 years back in the day.
That must have taken a lot of protecting.
Well, no, he's a nice guy. He just knows how to curse good.
Have you ever shot a man?
On the job.
On the job.
Yeah.
Which job? Police job or this job?
Detective Sergeant.
Andrew Dice Clay. He shot Andrew Dice Clay.
The statute of limitations is up, but, we don't have to get into it.
So what do you do for Opie? Like, do you...
Whatever I'm told.
But do you hang out with him all day long? Are you with him at all times?
I'm a facilitator. I'm a
Is it just
fixer.
him, or does the other one not need any protection?
No,
I don't even know what they look like in a lineup, honestly. So
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Pull them up on your internet. Kenny, do some. Produce.
I'm in awe by you, Kenny.
do you go by Kenny or Kenneth?
Yeah, why do you go by
What's with
Club
the Club
Soda,
Soda
Kenny?
thing? I don't get that.
When everyone
can't
goes out
talk
at night,
about
you
it.
just drink club soda?
No, I don't know why.
You on the wagon?
It's a long story.
We have plenty of time. We've got
Yeah,
like an
it's a
hour.
talk show. You're the one,
Talk. What's club soda all about?
Yeah, but listen, I can't
If I'm
just
going to
tell
let you
you
in my
everything
home to
right up.
protect me and pay you bundles
Are
of
you
money...
really sure you want this guy?
I'm considering it, I mean, I'm a little girl, just like you said, and I live in a big, bad city. And if Opie needs protecting, he's a man. Don't you think a girl needs protecting as well?
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever protected female clients?
Why does a man need protection? I mean, Andrew Dice Clay, I get it, but why those two?
Yeah, what happened with Opie that he needs
I
you to
don't get
stand
it.
by him?
This interview is very one-sided.
He doesn't answer any questions.
You're not saying much.
No, I will. But, it's like the interrogation here. It's the barrage.
We're good at it.
We're very,
You're in
very-
Cosmo Court now, so.
Really?
So why
You're
do
nailing
they?
it. You're nailing
Should I
it.
slow down? Why do they need protection? We know why Taylor does. She was accosted just this morning.
Yeah, I got out of a friggin' cab. Some crazy non-homeless guy walked right over me, told me to take my earphones out of my ears, which I didn't do, and I just walked right by him, and he could have jumped right on top of me, right then and there, right in front of the McGraw-Hill building. And there would be nobody there to protect me.
That's sad.
It is sad. But that happened to me today. That was the first time that ever happened.
You're so vulnerable. You make me sad.
Why does he need protecting?
He just needs like assistance.
So do you go home with him too, or are you just here?
Do you sleep in his
I do
bed?
things, yeah.
Do you do his dishes for him?
Are you a butler?
You're a butler.
Hey, just pay me. I do whatever it takes. Just pay me.
Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your
He can
security
do
guard
returns for you. He can take stuff back to stores when you buy.
That's what I need assistance with.
Yeah, I'll do it. Just pay me.
Okay, so how much can I pay you to be my assistant / bodyguard?
What's the going rate for a guy who doesn't answer questions?
Well, I'm not getting any appearance fee, so it's nothing.
So it's nothing.
So he would work for free.
Essentially.
Yeah.
That fits right into my budget, actually.
You just take it out and trade.
Yeah.
See, she's agreeing.
I just don't think she understands where we're at right now.
She's good to go. She works for Cosmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you chicks are hot. I can see.
People on Instant Feedback are saying Kenny is bombing horribly, and it's a great listen.
Right?
Yeah, we checked out your website. You burnt your lip.
Yes, I did burn my lip. Yeah, you guys really, you've done your thorough research, haven't you? Remember when I got rid of my
Nair burn.
mustache? Yeah. Never
'cause
use Nair again.
We didn't even know who you guys were. You were like bad neighbors.
Likewise.
Yeah, but we get along with everybody. The Martha Stewart chicks, the OutQ, the Shady. Yeah.
We see you every morning, and you never say hi to us.
Ever.
I thought you're like office workers.
You just like
Well, we thought
You don't
you
say
were
hi to
too.
office workers?
I know.
You could say hi to these girls from
No,
now.
because there's like sexual harassment runs rampant in this company.
Well,
I keep my mouth shut.
We know.
Yeah, I should be seen and not heard.
well, you are definitely seen.
Yeah.
And you definitely look back. I think your stares were more intimidating than you coming up and being like, hey, I recognize you. And isn't it the gentlemanly way to introduce yourself to a lady?
No, I mind my business. Because I can't have platonic relationships with girls.
Why?
Because he's just such a sexual beast, nobody can resist him.
Yeah, it's like a curse. But I know your name now, Taylor.
Yes.
All
And
right.
I know yours too now, Kenny. So when we see each
Thank
other
you.
down...
He doesn't go by Kenny.
And
He
what's
goes
your
by
name,
Club
sweetheart?
Soda.
Oh, Club
Victoria.
Soda.
Vicky.
Don't call me Vicky,
Why?
because I will take you down.
I'm going to call you Vicky and pull your hair.
You are just breaking rules.
I know, left and right.
Someone's summoning you away.
That's Opie.
That's Opie.
Oh, see? I told you I know what you look
Your
like.
master's calling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I got your undivided attention.
Divided, but you
Thanks
got
for coming on
something.
our show and finally introducing
Well,
yourself
I'm
to the
happy that
girls,
we finally know
Kenny.
you.
Thanks
and
for
we
not
no
answering
longer-
any questions.
No, I'm happy that we've met you. We no longer have to be scared of you because we know that
Yeah.
you are, you work here. You're allowed.
And there's your boss, man.
And there's Opie.
I'm trying to save 2 radio shows because we're listening in on this, and this sucks. Kenny, you're killing 2 shows today. And why don't you tell him the truth that you're not a bodyguard, you fetch stuff.
Oh, so he is
He's a professional fetcher.
he is your butler.
Yeah.
I have a question, Opie. Do you let him on the air ever?
Yeah. He usually does a better job on our show than he's doing for you guys.
So.
Yeah, our listeners are calling going, Kenny, you're bombing horribly. And where's Aunt and Jim? They should come in here because they're listening to this. Let's just turn this into a party.
Yeah,
Let's
get
turn
to
to
know
a
everybody.
party.
We're all friends.
I mean, hey, the truth is we're not
No.
mean over here.
No,
we don't have
thanks.
problems with people. We just
I
don't
did
know
call you
anybody.
Lurch, and I am kind of sorry about that because I honestly thought I was talking behind your back and that you would never hear it.
All right,
A better
Vicky.
shot of me crawling out on my knees and fucking into the 2 mics
I
that they
sing
have.
songs. What about that hit Fireflies? You got to play my song.
What? I would love to hear
All right,
your
we'll
song.
we'll give you guys a copy.
Okay.
Thanks.
You guys have your own show now?
We have our own show now? Yeah.
Someone said this is your first show, but that doesn't make sense because I've heard you before.
Well, this
Because
is
you
my...
have that raspy voice I like.
Oh, yeah, you like my voice?
Yeah, no, this show's like 3 years together.
No, we're
Taylor's
going
been
on
here
our
since
fourth
Cosmo.
So what are they talking about? This is your
Who's
first
they?
show.
Who's that?
Maybe this first
Well, it would be Steve, who we-
hosting radio show. These
This is
girls.
my first time hosting a radio show, and it's my 4th year doing it.
What, you were doing it with somebody else?
No. I'm a youngin'. I'm a young
This is
spring
like her.
chicken.
This is
like my
Tay's
first radio
first
gig,
Right.
ever.
And I want to thank Anthony and Jimmy for not coming in here and hanging me out to
leaving
dry
you.
as well.
You're
Ant
fine.
and Jim don't want to come over. 0 interest. I just got a note. Great.
Well, thanks for sending us Kenny.
Yeah.
kinda like to
I'm
meet
just
the
happy we
girl
got to meet him.
who
I was a little
doesn't
intimidated by
understand
him, so it's
How
good
bad
to,
was the mustache, though?
Oh, go check it out. It's saw enough.
No, we
Facebook
saw the
page.
pictures where it's all red.
It was bad. It was real bad. I have a mustache. I mean, what do you want me to say about it? I'm a real woman. I have hairy nipple.
So, Jim. Wow.
Man, I miss American Idol.
Yeah.
Is it still going out over our show?
No.
Because I heard she said she has hairy nipples.
Oh, yeah, you want to
That was kind of the last
No, I'm
thing
glad
she
you
said.
turned that
She's
down.
tall.
I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, but I know she's tall. I
hairy
see her.
nipples.
Yeah.
Don't call me Vicky. What's going on?
Yeah.
Victoria.
Get it.
Look at that. Get you in some high heels.
These girls are pretty proper.
I'm sitting down now, Lurch.
Kenny, I don't know if I was more scared of you before or after.
Or
I met
after,
you.
yeah.
Oh, listen, I'm with Vicky now.
That was perfect. I had hairy nipples.
Vicky likes her hair pulled.
You guys are pretty good looking, by the way, because most women in broadcasting are pigs.
Turn the volume down.
Right, and now you know.
No, for real.
Yeah,
You're all right.
Good looking radio.
You're all
show.
right.
Yeah, thanks for saying that.
We
You're all
tried.
right.
I appreciate that. I didn't really know much about you, Opie, but I think I
I
kind
didn't
of
know
like
who you were,
That's
but
too
you're
low.
cute.
You are
actually.
No, I know I am. It's okay. Let's get past that.
Cute.
I think I did
Gorgeous.
tell you guys that.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Opie's gorgeous.
And
Are you married?
Oh yeah, very happily.
You're cute
Oh,
for radio.
God. Yeah, I know that.
Wow.
Kenny, tell him how cute I am.
He's gorgeous.
Tell him about my smile.
Now I can't even listen to this drivel. Jesus Christ.
It really is.
The fuck?
It's like liquid shite.
I'll show you the V shape of his stomach.
Oh, now that's
Christ.
good stuff. Wait, I want to hear about your song.
It's actually better to shut it
Yeah,
off.
we'll
than
get you a copy.
Just keep turning it
Okay.
on
Yeah,
randomly.
it's a hit
and
song.
getting stuff out
Random.
of context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
How about-
happening, yeah.
How about
Because
you
you
guys
missed
copy
nothing.
your song? We'll take a listen to it, and then I
It
think
goes
we're
off
gonna
because
have
like
to
on
say
6
goodbye.
minutes later.
All right, thank you for having me on Cosmo.
Well,
Nice
it's
to
nice
finally
to
meet you.
finally meet you.
No, I'm thrilled.
You look it.
Like now I know how like you girls are when I see you in the breakfast thing. I
How
go,
do we appear? Do we appear what?
Right.
Nice?
Or
Bitchy?
How long is this going to go on?
It's
No, you're like
endless.
you look very proper. But you can't judge a book by its cover because those are usually you get them alone and then all of a sudden you know what happens.
No, I don't.
Yes,
Not
you
with
do.
No, not with you.
No, with your husband.
I'm not married actually yet. I'm engaged.
Really?
I'm
All
in the
right.
process.
Still listening? So break
It's a
it off.
disaster.
Oh, we turned the volume down a few times.
Oh, good.
I have to say.
Thank you.
How they look?
You guys, we'll be back.
They're
We'll
pretty
take
good.
a listen
They're
to
like 6.5.
Firefly with such a masculine
Sevens,
song.
maybe.
And don't go anywhere.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
I'm exhausted.
Wow. This is why the terrorists hate us.
Yes.
I fucking tried. There's nothing going on over there.
It's awful.
It's ponderous.
Go say hi.
I have no desire.
They want to
There
meet
was
you.
no reason to walk over there. For me. I felt.
They can come here.
Yeah, that's
let
true.
Let them come over here.
Let them fucking slug trail over here.
Exactly.
And get a bigger
Our
audience.
studio.
Let them fucking Watusi over here.
Watusi.
Watusi, right? I always say that wrong. It was
Watusi.
It was like, for years I said eviscerated. It said eviscerated.
He eviscerated him.
I think the one girl thinks it's cool to admit that she has hairy nipples.
Yeah,
That's
Not. That's where we turn the volume off.
You had to.
Is that the one that waxed her mustache?
Yeah. She's
tell
hairy
you,
in general, so she's got some
everywhere,
hair
I
going
bet.
on.
Yeah.
Or baboon nipples.
I bet, baboon. I bet she has hair like really a big.
And Danny found pictures of hairy nipples. Perfect on cue.
God.
I bet when she takes a dump,
Jesus.
she has to blow through her ass hair with one of those computer keyboard cleaners and then sit on the toilet.
What's the worst hairy nipple? Like one long one, or kind of like the whole area?
The whole area.
The whole area.
Kinda just a little past like peach fuzzy.
It's like when you watch a movie with your dad, it'd be like leaning over just giving his chest a lick when you're young. Yeah, you're young and you put your head on his chest.
Yeah, I think
It'd be
we
like
all did that.
slathering his nipple up.
I think we all did that.
Oh,
Boyish tongue on a man's nipple.
Thanks for the visual, Jimmy.
That's what that's like.
I love the fact that Jim thinks that's a normal thing for a kid to do.
yeah.
I mean, we've all done it at one point.
No, we haven't.
No, talk for your.
Watch the
Speak
show
for
with our
yourself.
dad?
Well, yeah, but I didn't lick his fucking hairy nipples.
No, I didn't lick it. I'm saying that's what that would be like, though.
My
Lick
dad,
it.
my dad had hairy, like sweaty nipples.
Oh, God.
Like the nipple hair got kind of sweaty.
Why would there's no reason to get into this
What about your dad?
conversation? I don't.
He's Italian, so he must
Didn't
have had
think
more
about
hair
it.
than all of us.
I think it was the old '70s Burt Reynolds thing going on. One of those. But what? So what? Hot?
They're like sevens.
Yeah.
They're not bad. The one girl, the hair is going to become a problem eventually. She's not going to be able to keep it
under control.
under control.
Probably gonna get fucking
Eventually,
laser.
it's going to get the best of her.
It's like Jordy Verrill with the fucking
You can tell
grass
she
growing on her.
she waxes her eyebrows. You can tell that, or maybe does that. What is that thing where they doing the mole?
thread?
Electrolysis?
The threading shit.
Oh.
I don't understand what that is. But yeah, they're all right. Yeah, they're all right.
Who's the other one? Who's hotter, the one with the fucking beard or the other one?
The one with the hairy nipples is probably like a half a point hotter than the other one.
Did someone call for the one with the beard?
All right. Avatar. You seen it?
I saw it.
You like? These guys haven't seen it yet.
I thought it was all right.
How was the effects?
Well, the effects were good.
The 3D thing makes the movie,
Yeah,
obviously.
the 3D was cool.
If it wasn't for the 3D, it would be an average movie.
Yeah, I don't see why. I don't know. It was entertaining enough. I have no desire to ever see it again. It wasn't like I walked out of there thinking, you know, that was fucking amazing. I gotta see that
Revolutionary,
again.
amazing,
Yeah, I just-
stunned.
The story was stupid, and you know,
Basic.
the dialogue
Been
was-
told a few times.
Yeah, the dialogue was idiotic, and
Well, when he's trying to rally like his people, you didn't get that nice Braveheart speech.
Yeah,
that's
no,
for sure.
there was no Braveheart
We must
speech.
save our village or
There was-
something stupid.
Did he say, "This is our Independence Day"?
Nothing like that.
That was a good speech.
Oh, shut it.
Bill Pullman?
Bill Pullman as the young president.
Yeah, did a Clint Eastwood rip off the entire movie?
I belong up there.
Exactly.
Do you?
Randy Quaid also annoyed me in that movie.
That was horrible. He's all drunk. He flies a biplane, and now he knows how to fly in the F-18.
it could happen.
That was shit.
Sure.
You could fly a plane, and you've never flown one.
I've used Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, so you can fly.
Of course, I know how
No,
to
you
do
could.
it.
You could make out with Travolta on the steps of a plane as he was boarding it. You could let him give you a good smoocheroni on your fucking lips.
They had a dream.
But yeah, I don't see why it's everyone's raving about it the way they are.
Billions of dollars and-
Well, because of the technology. We've never seen 3D done that well. I mean, usually when they use the 3D technology, it kind of takes you out of the movie.
You ever see the Muppet movie in Disney? Come on, that's great.
Was that in theaters?
No. It's just at Disney.
That's right.
Just like Captain EO. Back in the old days. Remember Captain EO, Michael Jackson's 3D movie?
I never saw it.
Yeah, it was over at the Epcot.
Oh, Michael Jackson's probably what's it about? Like a glove or something?
Chip Chipperson is the worst character on the show. The worst character ever.
I hate to tell you, but Chip is everything. Where's Danny? He fucking missed Chip. He's gonna kill himself. He lives for Chip.
I know.
Make sure you tell Greg that Jimmy wants to do Chip on Red Eye. Make sure that
yeah,
happens.
okay.
Please.
I would. You don't know.
Please.
If
do
you
it.
only knew
do
who-
it on Red Eye, please.
Dude, if you knew how happy it would make me to do Chip on television,
do it.
That's the problem. Is
Do it.
I'll ask you about it in postgame tonight.
the problem is it doesn't
Annie,
translate
please,
because
please
it's not
do.
like an ongoing soap opera.
But it translates here.
Yeah, it's different. Radio's different. It's like you pipe it up one line here, one line there. You can't do that on TV. It's like 'cause, you know, people's like, what is that? Who's this guy? He's funny, smart.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Well, I was asking Andy about Avatar because there's a story today. People are getting depressed from Avatar.
Now, why?
We're going to find
Because
out.
it's blue.
Oh.
That was me.
Didn't even say that like Chip.
How widespread is this phenomenon where people are feeling depressed? And I guess the way, in layman's terms, they see this movie, and especially if they see it in 3D, they're really feeling it, and then their world is not this, so that's what's leading to the depression, in a nutshell?
It is, indeed. And I think the depression is widespread enough that it is an actual phenomenon. There were over 1,000 posts on how to deal with post-Avatar depression on one of the Avatar fan forums. And that's just one of many fan forums where people have gotten together to talk about how they felt very depressed. They felt like the world was gray and flat after waking up after seeing Avatar.
Is the 3D effect that make it that much greater, make this world that much more enticing and appealing?
Absolutely. I think you put on these glasses, and James Cameron's CGI effects are so good that you're actually transported onto the planet Pandora. So you take off the glasses, and there's a disconnect, and that's what's making people more
So don't
depressed.
take the glasses off.
Yeah,
Come on.
just
It's great.
Just walk around the city with the glasses still on.
You know what? When you walk
I feel like you're
around
still in Pandora.
outside a theater, everything's in 3D. I don't think you need to freak
What
out.
do you mean with the glasses?
Without them,
Really?
with them, as you're walking around the streets, everything's in 3D.
Huh.
Look, this whole room, I actually feel like I'm in it.
Why doesn't it look like 3D though? Why do you need glasses for it to look
I
like
know,
3D?
to look like 3D. This just looks like...
Because then you put the glasses on and go, wow, that 3D is cool, but we're
you
living
can just-
3D and I don't
you
feel
can-
it's anything special.
Yeah, I'm not looking going, wow, this is cool. I'm like immersed in this room.
I'm not putting my hand in front of my face trying to touch stuff.
trying to touch things. Wow, it's like it's right here.
When I saw Avatar, I had the weirdest experience. The whole movie, and I thought it was an odd directorial choice for Cameron. There was a large 3D penis right in front of my face. But then it turned out no one else in the theater saw it, so I don't really know what it means.
Some guy kneeling on a chair in
It was
front
really
of you.
weird.
No, probably just got his dick out. Was that what it was?
Good, yeah.
Were you ever depressed after you saw a movie? Maybe for a moment or two, but by the time
Yes,
you're in the
Jungle Fever.
There's the answer. But by the time you're in the lobby, you're done with it. You're like, all right, whatever.
We did this. We actually did this story on Red Eye a couple weeks ago, or last week or
We're
something.
that far behind?
No, it seems to be hitting. Like CNN had a thing on it today, whatever.
Yeah.
But we did it a while back, and I was looking at these forums where these people post, and it's just the saddest thing you've ever seen. People talking about how they need like an AA for Avatar, and then there are these same people in every one of their posts. They say these really depressed, stupid things, but then they put LOL at the end.
Well, LOL doesn't fix anything.
Yeah,
it sure does.
Unless you're really old, it means lying on the linoleum. One shoe still on the rug.
Yeah.
Could you say askew?
Askew.
That's my favorite word when it comes to
Little
a shoe.
being askew. A lot of people have talked about this though with video gaming too. That role-playing games like EverQuest and World of Warcraft, they get so into it and they're a mighty character and they have powers and everything, and then they unplug and they're just fat kids in their basement listen to mom. And
Do you know that happened to me when I was playing Monopoly? I got to be the car, and I would walk around in a box shape and yell vroom, and want people to hand me $200 occasionally.
all right, look, you have to go back to Los Angeles.
I'm overtired.
You're taking this Leno thing
I
hard.
couldn't sleep on the plane. Oh, I'm so happy.
Dude, props.
Very happy for Jay.
Props to Jimmy Kimmel, by the way. Dressed up like Leno and did his monologue.
That's
dressed
fucking
as
funny.
Leno. And pulled it off. And then what did he do? I think he interviewed Chevy Chase last night as Conan O'Brien, I think. I think he done switched it up a little bit.
Funny.
Fucking that! What a great angle on that.
You interviewed Chevy Chase. Was Chevy Chase at all funny or entertaining?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he's got that new show, right?
Community.
Yeah, Community.
It's a good show.
And people say it's good.
Yeah.
And he's good in it.
Yeah.
He is good in it. I watch. Believe it or not, he's really good in it.
But you just hear he's one of those just insufferable pricks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a bitter man.
But I mean, he's turning that around with this Community. People are really digging him.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a bad show.
His late night talk show.
Worst bomb ever.
That was great.
Well, it's between him and Magic Johnson, right? Didn't Magic Johnson have one?
I think Magic lasted longer. Magic Johnson cannot speak, which is, for a talk show, I think you need to be able to speak, and he just can't do it.
Yeah. All the guests, too, wanting to sit at least 25 feet away. Didn't help.
Because he had AIDS?
Yes. Jesus.
There it is. Get it?
They were all holding up fucking plastic shields like they were going to do a fucking a cell removal.
Well, they just didn't know. They just didn't know what that was about yet.
They passed out dental dams just to talk with.
Yeah.
So,
half the audience thought they were at a Gallagher show with all the tarping.
Every time he coughed, the audience would run out screaming. There was not as much known back then.
It was a little rough. It was a little tough to laugh thinking that you might be infected with something that will kill you in 10 years.
people were very ignorant.
They have no idea.
Yeah, now we're much more educated.
You think Magic Johnson would be insulted if they had like the Gallagher tarping as he walked out?
Yeah, over the first row of
First
audience
couple
members.
rows of
Yeah.
Well, when people would shake hands with him, he'd be offended because they'd come out wearing a suit and like a space suit glove on their handshake hand.
on their handshake hand.
Yes. Whatever hand that may be, righty or southpaw.
You are sleepy.
It all depend. If Ron Gidry came out, he would have shaken lefty.
It all depends.
He said all depend.
I was watching DirecTV on the flight last night, man. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah.
When you try to sleep.
Dude, I did. I just couldn't. I can never sleep on the plane.
Why?
Can't do it, man.
It's great. It's like a time machine.
No, I can't sleep
It
either.
is for me in
You
real
wake up, you're
time.
there.
If I'm going to plummet to my death, I want to be awake for it. Hey, this guy got depressed after, well, he'll tell you. Let's go to Brian. Brian!
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
No, I was just, I was reading an article about Avatar depression, and you guys were talking about movies like that. Leaving Las Vegas with Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, by the end of that movie, Walking Out was the only other movie where I was like, I'm never going to drink again. But, by the end of next week.
I was going to say, how long did that take?
But it's one of those movies, that kind of, I felt depressed after.
I was actually depressed because I couldn't fuck Elizabeth Shue in the ass like those fun boys did.
I'm a fan of tricking God. I'll say, God, I'll never drink again if you get me to the morning. And then I drink 2 days later. I go, I tricked you again, God.
Damn, he got me.
Huh? And yeah, that's what God says.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right, thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Someone said that Into the Wild messed with my head for weeks. That's Sarah and Boston. You see Into the Wild?
Yeah, but there's one thing. It's different, a depressing movie, and then being depressed because you're not in that world. That's crazy. Of course you can be depressed in a movie.
Your movie really depressed me after. It was Rosie O'Donnell's movie about being on the bus. Because I wanted to be entertained every morning, so I get on buses looking for a retarded hippopotamus. And I couldn't find one.
Remember that movie?
I just wanted to fucking...
Okay, she sounded like Pee-wee. Remember that? Oh, get on the bus!
My sister! It was awful.
What was the name of that horrible movie?
Something on a bus.
Riding the bus with my sister.
Riding the bus with my sister.
That's actually not the original title. It was called Fat Stupid Pig. And they're like, that'll never sell.
We can't put that on a movie poster.
It's right, even if we spell stupid with an O.
And she wonders why she's stuck doing radio.
Look, where's the clip? Give me some sound. Here's her running.
Running to the bus?
Sounding like Pee-wee.
Albert!
Who's racing?
You're second.
She went full retard.
Yeah. You're always first with me, Beth. Every day you are first person on my bus.
Yeah.
She'd kill somebody to get on first.
I wouldn't kill.
She's got no place to go, just rides around all day.
So, it's a free country. I'm a person. I buy my bus pass for $40 and I'm first always, so that's why I'm first.
Yeah, you do it on the government dole. Why don't you do something useful in your life?
Okay, Henry.
Angry white guy.
Oh, it's terrible.
Looks like Bernie
Where is
Getz.
that going today?
I'm going to go to Elma, now I'm going to catch a bus with Rick.
Rick is your new favorite.
No.
Yeah, because he has a green card, he's cute.
The green Mustang, very classy.
Yeah. I think he's going to take me for a ride in it.
Yeah.
What about your boyfriend? What about Jesse?
You're taking your mother to a ride.
Jesse's delicious. He's going to take me today to get a new toilet seat because mine got broken and it was sliding. So I would fall off of it. I go, whoa.
Shit. Right idiocy.
Hello.
Hello, Beth.
Oh, God.
You must be the famous sister.
Well, I don't know.
That's right. Beth shows me.
The one who was the mother was not drinking was in the room.
You don't know how to ride a bus.
Does someone have a nickel?
Oh, yeah.
Rosie shits and hands him the log. It's in there.
Thanks.
The black guy gives him the
Of
nickel.
course.
The white
Nickel don't buy nothing.
Of course.
Yeah. See, the angry white guy is intolerant.
Oh, look.
Yes.
Look, that's Rick's bus. He's on the 5:30 today. He's on the 5:30 because I got 6.
Shut up.
Where's fucking John Muhammad when you need him?
That's my job.
Fucking Lee Malvo should have shot right into that fucking awful perm.
I wish this bus was in Tel Aviv. Watch her stupid, greasy, curly hair on a building roof.
They don't do that anymore.
The driver in that fucking horrible Jimmy Durante hat. Nobody likes an Indian guy in a Jimmy Durante hat.
Beth gave my wife
Nobody.
a beautiful sweater.
I told you.
And why is the bus driver
How
so
come this bus won't
conversational?
blow up when it goes under 55?
Oh, air hockey.
Oh, here's the bus
depot.
Yeah, that's where the drivers hang out, I guess.
Oh, good.
Gotta find her.
Ah, Beth said you went home to New York.
I came back. Do you know where she is?
Oh, she was on my last run. She told me she was going to the
bathroom,
Jesse.
eating her own duty.
Yeah. She's in the men's room making fucking earrings out of the urinal cakes. You might want to go find her. She's just talking to no one again. Talking to a trash can. Dope. Nice hair, dick.
It's for bus drivers only.
Jerry and Mr. Pack have been letting me in.
Yeah, well, the bosses aren't here.
Another mean white guy.
Yeah, white guys
Okay,
suck.
hey, you encourage some obnoxious behavior.
Enough.
It's for drivers.
Indian guy, nice. White guy,
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
We got it.
Wow, the
He'd be that
intolerance.
pissed.
No, we're
Drivers. No. Maybe he has difficult life. Maybe he is hurting.
I don't
He's
care.
hurting.
Of course you do. Don't I always hear you say that you love all mankind?
No, I don't say that, Fraudlip. You must be confusing me with someone else, for I've never said that word.
And now she's just gonna go shit all over the toilet
Yeah.
seat.
With her, well, she's going to sit on it, but her pants are still going to be up. she's going to shit till it slithers out the bottom of her fucking shorts legs.
And have her sister clean it up again.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is everybody.
She's a diaper and adult.
That's Mitchie right there. He's got twin boys. His wife says they're wild ones. That's the Hulk right there because he's big. That's Marion.
Why are they
You better talk
paying
okay,
attention
but
to
that
her
ain't
at all?
Exactly.
She put mayonnaise in it. I don't even know why she said it. This is a professor.
They're all laughing. She's
He's very
killing.
smart, but it's not for you because he's married.
Don't put your fingers in my
Happy
face. You just went to the
birthday.
bathroom, and I'm sure you didn't wash.
Exactly.
Thank you, Beth.
You're welcome.
Sticky-handed
My
lummox.
birthday's still a couple of months away.
Yeah, that's okay. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day. Have safe driving.
Please keep the camera in the room so that we
Exactly.
can hear them make fun of her.
One of them goes, "Who fucked her?" and all their hands go up. That's why she rides the bus, because they all fuck her on the last stop.
What was the point of that movie? What the fuck
White people
was-
suck.
White people are awful and intolerant,
Yeah.
and everyone else is gracious and nice to the retarded.
That white guy was terrible. He looked like Thaddeus McCotter trying to be mean.
He was the typical horseshoe bald, like white business guy that's just intolerant.
Mid-level executive.
Why you? Yeah, miserable.
We got a actual bus driver on the phone. Pat in Staten Island. Pat?
Good evening.
Do you really bribe a dust?
Yeah, I'm the guy that shits all over Staten Island too.
Okay.
But anyway, this really happens. These people get on the bus, and you got to babysit them. They got to sit right up front. They usually reek of urine.
Of course.
And now you're a babysitter, right?
I got out of that. Now I'm sweeping buses, punching out.
Okay.
Oh, that added a lot.
Yeah.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, how are we going to follow the bus sweep guy? We have anybody that used to pick tin foil off the floor? If not, I say we break up.
There really is nothing better than retards, actors
movies?
doing the retard thing badly. Like, there are some people who could really pull it off well. Leonardo DiCaprio did a good job in that stupid Gilbert Grape movie.
Hanks was great.
Hanks, yeah, he was good. Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell playing a retard is just... It's horrible.
And it's typecasting. It's not cool.
Yes. It's over-the-top retard.
Her fucking hairdo was awful. Her hair in that looked like Paul Stanley when Kiss didn't have makeup in like the fucking mid-'80s. Like the tears were falling hair, or whatever year that was.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Mike in Connecticut. Mike.
Hey, what's going on? Most depressing movie, My Life with Michael Keaton. Guy's dying of cancer. We got to watch the whole thing.
That was all right.
Oh, God.
Cuckoo's Nest to me is a truly sad, tragic movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
the
a
fucking
horribly
window
sad
was
movie.
open.
Horribly sad movie.
When he wakes up
Can't.
and the window was open.
Passed out.
It was open the whole fucking time and he's passed out.
I'm a fucking baby. Like, I blubber when I watch really good sad movies. Cuckoo's Nest is fucking one of the greatest.
Which part?
The end.
When they finally got Jack.
Yeah, it's tragic because you see how he helped them and they're all playing cards, and you see that McMurphy made a difference for them. It was very sad.
Yeah, but with that window open and he's just passed out.
Awful.
It's
That dumb chief.
Jim, if you could say spoiler alert before you do things like that. that would
You're right.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, by the way, Rosebud, that overrated movie, was just a sled. Good shadow work. Story. Gave a shit. Some fucking
Citizen Kane.
some newspaper cunt with his sled. Who gives a turkey?
That's one of the greatest movies.
It was a very innovative film. And it was well shot, and he used mirrors and shit. I mean, it really was. But aside from that, enough already with it. Rosebud.
Birth
Oh,
of a
shut
Nation.
up, old man.
That was a movie. Birth
Yeah,
of
but that's a
Nation.
comedy. That's slapstick.
We're just talking slapstick right
They
now.
canned all their funny hats with the music playing.
And anything starring Fatty Arbuckle.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of an inverted womb.
Well, yeah, he really was a fucking naughty boy, that Fatty Arbuckle.
Yes.
Fatty Arbuckle.
All right, we'll break. Andy Levy, of course, from Red Eye.
Yes.
On every night with our friend Greg Gutfeld. Jimmy, you doing Red Eye tonight?
Yeah, I was supposed to do it Monday with Ms. Ann Coulter, but I was in Los Angeles, so I'm doing it tonight with Ms. Essie Cup.
Ms. Ann Coulter sure gave Reverend Al a little bit of a beating last night. That was fun to watch.
She's a fucking pitbull, man. You
Stupid
said
Reverend Al.
it.
She
You're right.
doesn't stop, man.
No.
She won't stop. She just laid into him, and he's pulling his normal shenanigans.
Rev Al look bad?
Reverend Al is good at what he does, too, though.
He's a great deflector.
He can deflect, but she wouldn't allow him to deflect, and I think she won that one.
But that's a new thing. They've done that a few times now. They go at it.
The two of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they're going to go on the road like Timothy Leary and fucking Liddy? What was that? Is that who went on the road? Was it Leary and Liddy or something?
I don't know.
I don't remember. What? Oh, you were going to say something really funny.
Just a duo from the 30s that I thought of. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you later.
During the break, you'll tell us?
Mary Pickford. I can't get enough of America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford. And her stupid spit curls. Oh no. Let's see.
Wait, let me see. I didn't.
No, I'll tell you later.
I won't fucking say nothing. You can trust me for once. Look, I'm gonna show you a little trust today. A little trust today.
God. Is that Mary Pickford?
Very active.
Look at Mary Pickford.
Hey, she was pretty hot for one of those.
She was America's sweetheart.
For a flapper.
Show her a little more Mary Pickford.
She wasn't bad when she had that hair
She was
down.
the silent movie chick.
Yep.
Nah, get a good look at her. Look at her big eyes. Mary Pickford.
She was all right.
I'd go back in time and fuck her.
Yeah.
That's not her.
Why?
That's like Hepburn.
Why when
Yeah.
you could fuck her now?
Ew. Jig her up. Show me a good picture of Mary Pickford.
We're looking at her. All of them are good.
I know. I want to zoom up.
Well,
Let's
you need
see her.
the
Look at
long
that,
hair. Her
Is
hair.
that her?
That's a little older, I think.
Yeah,
She's not America's sweetheart anymore. There.
She's cute.
Wow, she had no boobs.
Why? Yeah, she got some boobies
Really?
there.
Point them out.
Not like stupid fucking. Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
It looks
there.
like
Mae
it's
West.
Mae West.
She looks like she has one giant flat nipple, or
That's how it was back then. That's how they wore them.
Yeah.
That's how they wore the tit back in the olden days. They all look like Miss Crabtree. I don't know what that look was all about, but I can't find one good picture
We'll
of her.
find them during the break and continue with Andy Levy, some other things.
Beautiful.
I see with the hair down, that curl
Those
thing.
big curls.
That was
What
a
kind of
little,
stupid hat is that?
Oh, she's hot.
Where would you leave your
That's the
load?
same hat Bill Belichick was wearing.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah, what's Bill Belichick with the pom-pom?
The pom-pom
I
on
just
top.
never got used to that this season.
It's weird because he's usually such a class act.
You know her pussy hair looked just like the hair on her head.
it's
too.
awful.
Back then, they knew nothing of
And equally
grooming.
long.
Yeah, down the way. I think you could see it.
Yeah, it's sticky.
tucked in the
Yeah.
back of her high heels.
Where would I leave my load? On her voter registration card, which she was not able to use yet.
Just drop a load on your hand and then slap her across the face.
America's sweetheart, Mary Pickford, making her way down the red carpet.
That was just a nice, how you doing back then.
And then Fatty Arbuckle explained what he did. He put the bottle in. He was hoping to pull it out with a ship in it. Instead, he got her uterus.
Ovaries. Yeah.
Hey, Travis, you play Kenny doing Fireflies yet today? Is Travis in there?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, then we'll play it as we go to break. More with Andy Levy. Stay there. Rock and roll, that's what we say. I don't know. Andy Levy here from Red Eye. Jimmy's going to be on Red Eye tonight. What are you guys talking about on Red Eye? Anything good?
I have no idea. We don't have a story meeting until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, but you go off the news, so you got to come up with some jokes about Haiti.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. Yeah.
Leno Conan thing?
Yeah?
We did that last night, so I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your take on that?
I think Conan's getting screwed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What do you think, Jimmy? You're in a tough spot, but what do you think?
No, I'll tell you, please. Yes and no. He is in a way. Like I don't feel happy to see Conan getting shit like this. 'Cause I don't dislike Conan.
But they should have never done it in the first place because there was no reason to make the change.
I think they fucked Jay really hard. But I also think Conan, Conan probably could have made a lot more money somewhere else, and he stuck around. Like, you know what I mean? I think everyone's kind of getting screwed over. But it's not like Leno planned this. He did. It's like, you know, what are they supposed to do? He's not doing well in the Tonight Show spot, and it's not that he sucks or anything. It's just his fans came down and stuck with him, just like Jay's people came and watched him. It's just not the numbers anymore.
I would love to see the numbers for Leno at 10 o'clock now that this controversy hit. The numbers got to be really, really strong.
Jim, do you blame yourself for any of this?
Dude, if you only knew how anything I attach itself to dies on the vine.
Yeah. That's what Ant and I were saying. We're like, the luck Jimmy has, it's unfucking believable. He's involved with stuff that really should be taken off, and for some reason, they don't.
You're like Heartworm.
That Lucky Louie on HBO, there was no reason why they should have picked up another season.
No reason.
The fucking Tough Crown thing was a fine show.
Yeah. 2 years.
Oh, I'm glad you're a regular on Red Eye, Jimmy.
I know. So,
have fun with that, Andy.
Yeah.
I really am the kiss of death. I don't mean to be. I just show up and have fun and act sweet.
But Jay loves you. You'll be part of the Tonight Show now.
I hope so. I hope. But again, I don't know what his format's going to be, but I certainly hope so.
I think.
I would fucking hate not going out there. It's fun, man.
You got a spot now. Absolutely.
I hope so. Well, it depends on what they have, what they do at the show. If it's the old format, right, there might be some spots here and there.
Well, they would have to go mostly old format because that's what was number one with Jay.
Yeah.
Or they that stupid and wreck that formula too.
No, they wouldn't.
Executives got to just leave shit alone.
I know.
Hire talented people, and then you just make believe you're doing something in your office.
But
that's your job.
Then you don't feel important.
Yeah, you got to make big decisions.
You see the new. Speaking of which, you see the new fucking coat hook, man. That took over a month.
That's nice, though. Damn.
Nice, right?
Wow.
A month.
Want to hang your coat over there?
Yeah. I wish I would have thought of that.
That's a good second hanger for a derby.
Yeah.
Bring a derby in tomorrow.
By the way, my manager is he's coming in Friday. We have to have Jonathan on. I had dinner with him last night. He's a psychopath. He told me he asked his assistant, Jean, who's like, she's a maniac. She just talks like she doesn't have any emotion. And he goes, all right, who would you rather go on a blind date with? Amon Gert or Paul Pot?
Oh my God! What a selection!
I just love him so much, Raz. And she's like, I don't know, they're both terrible. I don't want to answer.
Could you refresh my memory on those two people?
Amon Gert was
those
one
two
who played
horrendous human beings.
Ray Fiennes played him in Schindler's List.
Sure.
He was a horrible Nazi, and Pol Pot committed genocide in Cambodia.
I think you'd have a better chance of living with Pol Pot.
Well, he said that eventually she decided. He said that he tried to sell Pol Pot a little bit more. He goes, he would probably just want to sit there and look at your straight hair. And she's like, yeah, you're probably right. And then she just decided ultimately on Pol Pot.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it in a while. Have you figured it out? Is it a ball bag or is it his cock?
My manager is a giant anomaly in the front of his pants.
And we all stare. We all stare at it. We're trying to figure out what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
And he doesn't even realize that he's just got this big mass of something in
We've
the front
asked
of
him.
his pants.
Me and Florentine have asked him.
What has he said?
Well, yeah, he's just uncomfortable.
Steve from Bay Show wants to clear something up. Amon Gert wasn't a terrible Nazi. He was very good at it.
Yes, he was a good Nazi.
Yeah.
What was the line Jonathan kept quoting last night when them in walking through the Warsaw Ghetto and the one guy was smart and he just started picking up bags? I was told to.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, well, then clear the way, little clicking Polish soldier. Was that the line? He was so good in that, man.
Hey, Jimmy, before I ban a hater, would you take on this question, please?
Sure.
This is Joe from New York City. Probably a fake name, I'm sure. Jay Leno fucking sucks. Tell little Jimmy to jump ship.
What am I going to say? It's just a guy who's,
I think Jay Leno's record speaks for itself.
But a guy who does, I don't care if a guy likes
It's written
Leno.
by Conan.
Huh?
It was written by Conan.
Yes. Oh, come on, C.O.B. We know who you are.
Jay Leno had huge success with The Tonight Show.
But Leno sucks just silly.
And
It's
everyone
like-
knew going into the 10 o'clock time slot that was going to be a rough one.
Doesn't
But they
anybody
gave it a
wonder why nobody's... And again, why is nobody... This is how biased they are. They're not attacking Conan at all, who's losing to Letterman, but they're attacking Jay, and he had to switch. It's amazing to me how
He got
people's
fucked
criticism
originally.
is so weird.
Yeah, it started with him getting screwed over.
Yeah. But whatever. I mean, he'll go back, and Conan, whatever he does, will make millions.
Conan's going to Fox. It's obvious. Because with that statement yesterday, he's got something going on.
Look,
he's got the biggest balls with that statement.
After last night's show, after the shit he was giving NBC, I don't see how they can keep him on the air for the rest of the... I mean, I think after this week, they got to...
Oh, I know. How can
they got to
even
start
keep
running
on it? You're
reruns
right.
or
You
something.
know what, though, Andy? You're right. Because we've been in situations where we knew we were going to get fired, and then like, oh my God, we got to get rid of him immediately.
Yeah.
Why? Everyone's going to want to see what Conan
But
has to say.
he's really
Ride it.
trashing the network, and I just don't think
Well, what does that mean in
guys
the
using
end?
your airway. Well, I think it damages your brand.
And it wasn't
Is what
even
it
in a
does.
way like when Letterman does it, it's kind of in a funny way.
Right, it's
he
beyond
was just
that now.
going like,
Yeah.
now he's like saying things like, yeah, nice people.
Yeah,
nice
no,
people.
exactly. Like a couple of nights ago, it was funny.
It was
He did it
funny.
on the air, he trashed
Well,
him?
and it was
yeah,
funny
yeah.
last night too, but it is now crossed over
But
into
I love that shit.
straight old mean territory.
I love that shit.
Oh, it's
And
fantastic.
It's getting
It was great.
uglier and uglier
Yeah.
as the
Do we
next
have
one
audio of
here.
that? I didn't see it.
Yeah, we can play it again.
I've actually...
Yeah, play it.
Conan I've never met, but he seems like he'd be a fucking... I don't know why I think I'd like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like self-deprecating. And,
He's really never acknowledged the show,
Oh,
unfortunately. But
he was
We're,
bashing NBC.
They took could you bring that audio back?
Where's
Why
the
would
rock?
they take it?
Did he put a donut on it?
Maybe it's over here.
That was a plate.
Just carrying it around, eating it whole daintily.
Yeah, where'd it go? It didn't get him roll itself out of here.
Chip, shut the fuck up. Danny laughs at Chip.
Danny fucking... Here's the thing. As far as Danny is concerned, Chip is the sun and the moon and the stars. Danny adores Chip in the Latin sense of the word adorare.
I'm totally crushing on Lyle Chipperson.
I know you are. His middle name is Delmar, by the way.
Lyle Delmar Chipperson.
Yeah, it's a weird name. My mother. We had a gardener. He's a black fella, nice guy named Delmar. I don't know why. My father hated him.
Yeah.
My father sold encyclopedias. Danny fucking digs Chip in a big old way.
Yeah.
We have the audio?
Yeah, we got Conan trashing NBC and everybody during his
Yeah,
monologue.
just listen how this gets like. Oh, Jesus, Jimmy. Listen how it's not really fun.
All right, good.
He's really kind of twisting the
I love
screws.
real venom, man.
I know, it's great.
The difference, though, he sounded deeply depressed the night before, and now he's just like, he's rocking.
I heard he broke into tears when he was reading a statement to his staff. They say he cried. He said. Good explanation. Asshole.
Please, I may not have that much time. Please. You're using valuable time here. Yeah, and he's gone. Where'd he go? I don't know. They took him away. Yes, we took him away. Thank you for that. Hello there. My name is Conan O'Brien, and I may soon be available for children's parties. So... I made a peacock. Yeah. No, seriously, welcome to NBC, where our new slogan is no longer just screwing up prime time, huh? No, it's a crazy day. Crazy day. I've been giving this whole situation. It really's been crazy here, Andy.
It's been the most fun I've ever had in a showbiz scandal.
Wow. Yeah, it's fun. And I've been giving this situation a lot of thought. You know, this is a true story. When I was a little boy, I remember watching The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and thinking, someday I'm going to host that show for 7 months. I knew that was the perfect amount of time. What else going on? NBC says that they are planning to have the late night situation worked out before the Winter Olympics start. That's what they said, yeah. And trust me, when NBC says something, you can take that to the bank. Yeah, they just are good people. They're very good people. A lot going on in the world. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid is in the news. He's still under fire for remarks he made about President Obama's blackness. You reading about that? Yeah. Bad, yeah. Sources say Reid could face congressional censure, or even worse, be promised The Tonight Show at 11:30. That's not good. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. There is...
That's hilarious.
Is really good.
That was
man.
very funny.
But you can tell that that passes by just let's make fun of the old network, and behind the scenes they'll go, hey, that was fun.
And then he was even later in the show we had Tom Brokaw on, and he was still going at it every time Brokaw kept bringing up NBC, and Conan was finally like, why do you stop saying NBC, stop saying NBC, I'm trying to have a good time here.
Oh shit.
And it was just going, it was through the whole show. It was unreal.
They're in NBC's in a weird spot because if you yank them, it looks bad. Like all of a sudden you're silencing the guy for criticizing. Like it
already looks hard.
But I'm saying they're in a bad spot. They're in a bad fucking spot.
I just think they got to reach some kind of they have to reach some kind of an agreement where after this week it's going to be rerun.
Here's what they are. They're Pesci sitting on the steps.
Yeah.
They're Pesci talking to Frank Vincent right now.
Oh shit!
I'm in a bad fucking spot, Frankie. I fucked up with this 11:30 spot. Bad.
They'll start anew Monday. Conan will be done by Monday.
Yeah, I think so.
God
I think you're right, Andy. Andy from Ohio writes, Jesus, Jay never got screwed out of his position. He fucking gave NBC the timeline for when he was leaving the show.
No. Whoa.
Jay's the asshole in this situation. Sorry, Jimmy.
Jay did not give them the timeline when he was ending the show. That was what they said they wanted to give it to Conan. That was not Jay's decision. That was the network. Basically, Conan was going to leave the network, and this is to the best of my knowledge. They didn't want Conan to leave the network and compete. So they said, look, it was 2004. In 2009, we'll give you The Tonight Show. And if we don't give you The Tonight Show, you can leave with $40 million extra dollars. I believe that was the deal. So Leno didn't want to leave. So the guy who just said that, I hate to tell you, Leno loved hosting The Tonight Show, and he didn't bitch about it. He stayed number one. The problem was they did not anticipate him still being a beast.
Right.
An unbeatable beast at 11:30.
They gambled. They thought, all right, in 5 years, I think Leno's run will be over, and we'll move Conan in nicely, and that's that.
So for the people who think that Jay just flip-flopped on a decision, not true. Again, he's a company man. He didn't bitch about the company. He did what they said, what they wanted him to do. And then the time came, and he was still number one, and they realized, okay, now we have to deal with him across the street. So now Conan has to face Letterman and the Beast, who's number one. We can't lose Leno.
I heard he agreed to leave.
Oh, you're right. So so they promised him prime time. And I've said from day one, and it's a theory. I would never have asked Jay about it. It was a theory that I think Jay wanted to stay at NBC, A, because he said he didn't want to leave with bitterness. And B, it's like he knew that, he had to know that if things didn't work with Conan, he's still there for The Tonight Show. He had to know that.
Yeah.
But don't tell me Leno couldn't have went to fucking ABC and made a shitload of money. He would have got whatever he wanted at another network. The number one show leaving, he would have gotten whatever he wanted. So that guy, you're wrong. And a lot of people think that. Wrong.
Yeah, Leno's getting a rap.
He did not flip-flop. He never wanted to leave. They forced him out as number one. Horrendous decision.
I blame it all on stupid management because I've seen management before.
Pleasantries.
Jesus Christ.
Pleasantries.
I'm not going to name anyone specific or even a company specifically.
By the way, congratulations to Comcast for stepping in and taking over this mess.
Yeah, you see that, huh?
You got to be really excited.
Yeah, that's nice. You missing the Food Network or Home and Garden Television? Do you have that cable?
No, I have Time Warner.
Oh, Time Warner. I have Cablevision, and
did you even notice they're gone?
No. but
the first time I ever saw Bobby Flay in my life is now on these stupid fucking commercials
saying, "Hang in there, we'll be
back." That are running on Time Warner cable where I don't care. I didn't care before. I don't care now.
Is exactly what I was going to say about it. Like there's Cablevision people just going on going, please call the people that run these networks and tell them you don't want to be extorted out of paying millions of dollars. It's like, no, I don't care. There's not one night I'm flipping through the channels going, oh, man, Home and Garden is off. Shit.
That was a good channel.
Oh, Chip.
I don't even know if I ever came across that.
I don't know.
Even as a goof, I don't know if
Not
I've
one
ever,
show, the food.
ever seen that.
What are those stupid cake building shows?
See, I watched the Food Network. I got so hungry one time I stopped biting the knobs and stuff, you know.
I don't know what to do with Chip. I don't know what to do with Chip. Hey, good picture, huh?
Travis told me to go check it out.
Travis is a douche. It's the old days.
It's on your sister's Facebook. I didn't post it.
Wow. That's the Cumias?
Yeah.
Meet the Cumias.
What creeps.
You guys should have had a sitcom.
Yeah, I think we did.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Fucking, what full heads of hair you guys had. Holy shit.
What the
Back then.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
it.
Look at Joe.
Who's that fucking Paul Stanley looking motherfucker leaning in?
The old days. Yeah, sure. Pull up some pictures of you motherfuckers.
You look like Paul Stanley, Dawn, and Jeff Conaway. That's what fucking Joe looks like with brown hair.
Jeff Conaway.
Jeff Conaway with some fucking lady from 1968's wig. That's that 1968 lady hair that Joe had.
It's like a prequel to Jersey Shore.
Fuck, we just had an NBC mole and they got nervous and they fucking hung up. But they're saying that you're exactly right.
Me?
Yes.
I know. I know.
I want
That's
that guy to call back this NBC mole. I'm not bullshitting.
I remember when that
I got a little
happened.
nervous, though.
And someone just texted me, a friend. She goes, "Don't you feel bad for Conan moving?" I really do. Of course I do.
Yeah, he's getting screwed now too.
He's got some, like Mike Sweeney's one of his writers, a brilliant writer. Like I know some of the guys on his staff. It's not like not liking Conan. It's simply I felt worse for Jay. Is remaining number one for 16 years and then being kicked out. It's unheard of.
Well, you'd always feel worse for Jay.
Yeah, I would because I'm very biased, but he's good to comedians.
Doesn't this go all the way back to Letterman being screwed to begin this whole thing?
Did Letterman get screwed, though, or did they think that Leno would just do better in that spot? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Letterman put in the time, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It seemed like he deserved
He felt
a
like
shot at it.
It was owed to him, yeah.
I don't know why they gave it to Jay. Maybe they just felt like he would do
just
better.
don't know what they're doing with that shit, huh?
Well, they did, though, because he was number one for all those years.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they turned out.
I guess you're right. They made the right move. If,
Yeah.
Jay takes the spot and does okay with it.
Got Jay a lot of fucking cars.
That guy,
Yeah.
if he it's all he does is drive cars. It's like, well, you can't know if he's backing up and talking on the phone or whatever he's doing. He's always zipping around, right?
I can't stand it. I just can't.
NBC
stand
Mole
it.
is back. NBC Mole.
Oh, let's see. Spy report. Spy report.
Hello?
NBC Mole. Sir, you.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh.
Do you you know a little something about the situation? Holy shit.
Just say hi. Everybody say hi. Everyone's on the phone, say hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Maybe,
You.
Maybe your phone's crapping out.
Somebody with the NBC information.
Hello?
Yes, you.
Huh?
Yes, we can hear
Hi.
you.
We can hear you.
Yes.
And
That is
Did she actually say they can't hear me and hung up?
that is fantastic. Radio callers are amongst the most stupid people.
You would never act
ever.
like that, just making a regular call to your friends.
And all it is a phone call. It really is, in essence, just a phone call. You don't have to do anything special because it's going out over the radio. We handle that end of it.
do I need to push the buttons?
No, you just put it by your face and talk. And you don't listen to the radio.
Can I
You
turn
don't-
my radio up?
You turn it up real loud, and you just talk through the mouthpiece and listen to
Hello?
the radio.
We've actually had people say me when we said hello.
Yeah. Oh, you mean me?
Well, who do you think?
Or like Bob from Cincinnati, you're on the air. Bob from Cincinnati. Bob from Cincinnati, the guy that wants to talk about Firestone tires. Bob from
Am I on?
my name's Rob. Oh, Rob. Bob from Cincinnati that wants to talk about Firestone. You fucking asshole.
But then sometimes it's a girl and she's like, I'm Marla. And we're like, what did our fucking phone screen do wrong?
Her phone screen is an idiot, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting for the mole to call back, but I don't know.
Oh, dolts.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
Oh, here's the mole.
For real?
Yeah, well, it says NBC mole. Let's see how this works.
So they hear her in the other room.
All right, fuck you, Anthony. I couldn't hear shit.
Why?
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Sounds like the mole has a potty mouth.
You guys.
If you couldn't hear shit, you couldn't hear yourself.
Hi, mole.
Anyway, Jimmy's right.
Yeah.
Leno got screwed. They all got screwed, and that's it. Can't hear shit from going by.
How do you know?
Maybe she's
That's her mole?
maybe she's deep cover. Maybe as she was saying that, maybe she was looking across the room at Jeff Zucker and winking at him like she was talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Our mole sucks a dick.
I know. Our mole delivers mail to the NBC building.
What if her name was Mavis?
Why?
Isn't that Leno's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I should know that.
Yeah.
Did that sound like
Sure.
Mavis?
I don't know.
Did we just have Jay Leno's wife on the air?
I don't even know if I've ever even seen a photo of her.
I don't know if Jay's seen her.
She's very private.
She's busy. She's out in that garage
Got
all
those
the time.
cars.
They have a very private life.
Yeah.
That Jay and Mavis. All right. We can do one more thing.
I'm obsessed with Jay's giant penis, by the way. Legendary.
Jay has a big one?
I've heard it's fucking embarrassingly large.
Like Milton Berlish?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Like a thing.
Burl
Yeah.
sets the mark. Yeah,
Wow.
Burl, he sets the
Yep.
mark on Big Dick.
Yep. They say Leno is fucking packing a wallop.
Really?
Yep.
Why don't you ask him?
I would love to ask him.
Big
Dude,
jeans.
We were lucky to meet him that one time. He would be into that, I think.
I don't know how into it he'd be. I don't want to find out. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Hey Jay, how big's your cock? What? Or nothing. I just no way to. There's no way to rephrase that. There's no way to back out of it. You couldn't have meant anything else.
That's why
If
you're.
he's holding a rooster, I'll ask him.
There has to be a chicken behind him or something.
That's
Yeah.
why you're where you're at, and that's why I'm right here.
You're making more money than me. A lot more. What are you talking about? You're in much better shape than me.
Oh, yeah, good
you have
point.
4 times the amount of bedrooms I do.
Good point. Good point. So then I know what I'm talking about. Ask Jay about his cock. Just ask him. When he starts talking that car shit, go fuck enough about the cars. I want to know about your delicious cock.
Delicious.
Just that delicious. You think he would be offended?
Have Chip ask him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chip would get nervous around Jay. Chip wouldn't know how to talk to Jay.
Do you know how to talk to Jay?
Yeah, he's Jay. No, he's
Jay's
rough.
very easy.
You still
to
get
talk
nervous a little bit when you.
No. When he comes in there, he always comes in and says hello. Sometimes he hangs if he's running around. Sometimes he'll just pop in and say hi.
Yeah.
But no, we always chit chat when things are going on. He likes to have a comic to talk to. I think that he's, he knows I'm not going to blab what he says if it's anything private.
So when there isn't one there, he talks to you.
What are you talking about? I got plenty of jokes. I had the one about I was gonna be an astronaut when I was in school because the teacher said you're taking up space. I heard that from my uncle. Forget it,
Guys, we got
forget it.
We got another NBC mole on the line.
All right.
And he has no problem saying his name is Steve something.
Okay.
Steve, what do you got? You're the NBC mole.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, this is the NBC mole.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, NBC mole.
Yes, this is the NBC mole.
Yes,
I
NBC
like
mole.
NBC because it stands for nice big cock.
Oh my God. That guy can't let him off the hook. He
First of all,
completely panicked.
Can people hear us? Have we taken a call where people could hear us?
Yes, and unfortunately, we can hear them.
Yeah.
All right, let me try another one. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, there's a problem with the phone.
Hello.
Did it fuck up when we went from
the thing?
The studio over there?
Maybe
with the
because of the
broads?
thing.
Why not? Right. Right. I felt comfortable with it. And you know me, if I'm comfortable, then...
It's a fucking
They're talking about having apples in their heinies.
Let's see if you're right.
And you'll see that coming in season 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Season 3, The Orchard.
Wow, fuck, you're right, Jimmy.
I was wondering, yeah.
And I said, no, I would not like to change anything because I still...
Oh, they suggest bananas or oranges. And she's adamant that it must be apples.
Holy shit, we got a new bit.
Not going to change a thing about that. And yes, I am keeping
apples in my ass. And I'm going to go from 3 to 4, whether the big brass likes it or not.
Fergie will always be the Duchess of York.
Fabulous. Good. Because Awesome. we want you to keep being the countess.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I have one more thing, and it's actually, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, no. Oh, no. She's going to say, I heard you can clench your cheeks and make sauce. True or false? True or false? Can you make applesauce by
I'm already
clenching your
going to
butt
give you it
cheeks?
out beforehand. But I'm pretty certain you don't remember, but we do because we are, of course, fans of the show.
Right.
We, the two of us, the Judgment Twins, we took over Fashion Week this fall.
Yes.
And we ran into Kelly at a fashion show, and you happened to be with her.
Yes.
Who the fuck is listening to that?
I don't know who this lady is.
Cosmo fans.
I don't know. We were
Patek.
standing right there. Well,
Can you imagine I was going to answer
we kind
Patek
of like
in
gave
French.
you. We kind of gave you like a quick wave because we were talking with her.
Was I
And
filming? Was I shooting for the
you
show?
weren't, and I thought either she has no idea who we are, and so
Oh my God.
she
When she raises her voice, it's like listening to the Babe at the end of his life. That fucking voice is gonna get real bad real quick.
Can I tell you what I hear when
It's all cute now.
This is what my
Wait
brain
until
is.
she sounds like Lucille Ball in fucking the one where she was with Mr. Mooney in the bank. It wasn't like ugh anymore. It was oh no.
This is what I hear.
Yeah.
Instead of that babble. Jesus.
What could that thing be saying? What could that... I'd like to just sit that animal down and go, what are you doing? What could you possibly be talking about?
How tough is its life that it makes a noise like that?
But who's actually getting something out of that message? Why couldn't you do that for 2 seconds? It's unnecessary.
It's a long sentence.
It's endless.
Something to say.
It didn't. It was a run-on sentence.
No punctuation?
No, it was one long word.
Trying to decipher what a fucking rooster was saying. This is really bad.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
What's the balls deep thing? We could end with balls deep, Danny.
What's the?
It's just it's a song / video. It's been going around
From the Cleveland show?
Yeah, it premiered on the Cleveland show on Sunday. It's,
Are you a fan of the Cleveland show?
Not so much, man.
I'm a Family Guy.
Yeah,
Why do they have to do this? And out of all the characters to pick to spin off, why him?
I don't know. I thought Quagmire was the way to go.
the obvious
It's
choice.
Cleveland Black?
Yeah.
It's probably to get more black viewers because they probably don't have many for the Family Guy.
Oh, stop! You're racist.
But they have
Yes.
a lot of great characters on the show, and they picked the dullest one to do a spin-off with.
And I haven't been into. I watched like the first episode, and then I was just like, "Well, that was."
I didn't even try.
I tried
a
the
Quagmire
first episode,
show
that
I
was
would
it.
try.
Yeah, that was it. But this is going around. It's making the rounds today, so I figured.
Or the old pedo guy. Have a fucking
I
spin-off
can't
with him.
stand that character.
With the whistle.
Oh, that's
God. I love it.
I hate it.
What's going on in my pants?
Oh, and I hate
Looks
that.
like 6 more weeks of winter.
Great.
He's pretty good, Dad.
He's my favorite. He's the best.
He rules.
Him and what's his name? Travis, help me out. The performance artist, Bruce, the performance artist.
Bruce is the best.
Yeah, he is definitely the best.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
I said something really stupid one time, and Colin said to me, "All right, Goodfellas girlfriend." I knew exactly what he meant. Perfect. I just made some asinine statement like, "That guy's funny. His jokes are good." And it was like one of those.
Colin is an ass.
Yeah, he really is a piece of shit.
What is balls deep so we can get fucking...
Yeah, all right, why don't we do this? So we got...
I know what that is.
What?
That's what happens when there's a girl laying on her back and you're not paying attention when your pogo's sticking. I guess I should have said it like this.
Yeah, say it like that.
Okay.
All right, balls deep.
Balls deep. Deep from the Cleveland show. Thank you, Andy, from Red Eye.
Thanks for having me.
And on Twitter, it's just
Andy Levy.
That's right, Andy Levy on Twitter. He's a good one to follow. Jimmy's going to be on Red Eye tonight, so make sure you check that out.
And this very sexy Essie Cup, she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
She wants no part of me physically.
No.
She writes. She's conservative, really, really hot. Very entertaining.
Would you?
Oh, on the set of Red Eye. She wants nothing to do. I've never gotten less vibes from a person.
Really?
I get more vibes off Gutfeld.
Where is Greg today? Too big to do the show, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's basically
I
it.
figured as
Yeah.
much.
No, I think he was gonna be on Hannity tonight or something, so he didn't want to have the really long day.
So what's he doing? Having his
But now he's not on Hannity. Now they ended up moving it, but yeah.
Chip got stepped on.
What's he having? His britches resized or something because he's all big for him right now or something?